you should totally do after the intro.
Welcome, one and all, to the MOSHCAST. We're here. Surprise, bitch.
Surprise, bitch.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker.
We didn't die. We're still here, bro.
We still here.
After all these.
But I'm leaving with something, though.
Yeah, we're going to be leaving with something.
I'm leaving with something.
Bad stuff or like the good stuff?
The good stuff.
Okay, we're leaving with good stuff. We're going to leave with good stuff. Shit. Yes, we've been gone for almost a month.
Yeah, it feels like a long time, man. I haven't seen you guys like your usual Thursday posts.
Yeah, we've been gone for almost a month, and I'm going to tell you why. We're going to talk about why here in a second. But you know, it's just one of those things where it just got worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of those bad things. But I wanted to introduce a new guest today, Tommy the Trill.
Yeah, I'm really glad to finally be here, bro. You know how long I've been trying to get on this, and then also just like
he's always been around.
Yeah,
He's been around.
Yeah,
We just haven't had a good time to talk and hang out, and we got a listener in.
We have a listener today in the house. Yes, we do. We do have a listener in the building.
I might get her to be my Jamie.
There we go.
But hey, look up what
we're gonna have you look up
are.
stuff on Google. If we're over here getting too
look
wild.
up if the government's actually reptile people, you know.
Man, I got a lot of stuff you can Google.
But I did want to start the podcast on cleaning house for a second. So yes, we've been. To be honest, I've been gone for a long time.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. I've been posting podcasts that I've already recorded prior to what's been going on, and there's a couple of podcasts that I dropped that were like new, right. If you watched Wasteland, or I mean if you watched Plague Shots episode that was new. There was a few episodes that were new, but most of them were way back in the back in the files. You know.
Do you prefer actually to pre-record them, or do you like doing it live, like formatting it like that?
I like pre-recording them just because the fact is that, you know, we do partake in extra activities here.
Yeah.
And sometimes people get a little
twisted,
and some of the things that they say or do should not be posted on video.
And that's my kind of line of thinking with it. Like if you pre-record it, you're able to take some stuff out if needed.
Right.
I mean, the live thing is exciting for sure, but you definitely cover your ass for
100%. And it's just one of those things. I respect the people that come on here.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
when it comes down to like we talking as like as a person, and they're just talking to me as a person, they say some off-candy shit or they do some off-candy shit.
Right.
I'm not gonna to cancel them for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it's nothing like crazy. It's nothing like like white people saying the N-word or anything or whatever the case may be. But it's just like, you know, things that are like, hey, bro, like we talked about this subject and it was cool at the time, but like right now it's not the best time to bring it up.
Right, I know what you mean.
I'm like, all right, cool, so I'll edit it out. I'll cut it out or whatever. But that being said, I've been gone for a while, and it's due to just my mental health has not been very well since March, honestly. And a lot of things were happening in my life that I had to get therapy for. Legit, I'm going to therapy for it. I'm still going to therapy.
Well, let me be the you know, if nobody has given you your flowers yet for going to therapy, I know a lot of women appreciate men that go to therapy and really figure this shit out, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because
I appreciate it.
A lot of people be raw dog in life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Know nothing besides the stuff that they self-medicate with. So
for
you to reach out and get help is incredibly inspiring and shit.
And it's one of those things too. Like a lot of people are like, you know, I'm depressed, or you know, they're dealing with something. And, and you know, growing up, I never had the the way. I never had the road to be like, I'm gonna go to therapy. I can go to therapy.
Right,
You know?
right.
My parents, well, my parents, but therapy was not in
Yeah, it's
the
not
conversations
within
of
the
And so like
paradigm.
I knew at this moment that like the things that I was dealing with, I could not do it by myself. Um, and it's one of those things where like, oh, your dad dies, or like,
Yeah.
something happens, or you break up, or
Right, right.
whatever. Yeah, I could probably get over that. But the things that were happening, relationship,
Stacking up.
it was just relationship. Found something out about my family. And my dog died. All of these things, and then
Yeah.
moving to skirts, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
just everything was just stacking up, and I couldn't breathe. I could not breathe.
So let me ask you about that moment, like that moment where you were like, yeah, I'm gonna have to call somebody and and reach out and see what resources are available to me. Like, at what moment was it a moment, or was it something that you planned on like doing?
Um, Therapy has always been something I've thought about doing,
Yeah.
never doing though.
Right.
It
I
was
think we
never
all
like an
do
action.
at one point or another, for sure.
Yeah, it was never an action. So I started my job that I have right now in January,
Right.
and I knew that there was ways to get counseling, some help, some all that stuff.
Absolutely.
And so it was always there. I was like, okay, I can finally do this like without going out of my way and causing other shit to happen in my life. Because I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you don't have health insurance and you're wanting to go to therapy, that shit's expensive.
Yeah, you better call BetterHelp.
Yeah, you better call, because like
Somebody, even if they even make you pay with for that.
yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I'm
and it's
saying?
like BetterHelp's the cheaper way to do it.
It's like the OnlyFans of therapy.
Yeah, but I'm not talking shit on therapists at all, but like you go to a
No,
therapist, you don't have
yeah.
any health insurance, you're looking at 160,
I mean,
$200
I'm
an
talking
hour.
shit on therapists. They should go talk to people for cheaper than.
Oh yeah, 100%. That
you
shit
know what
should
I'm
be
saying?
free. I mean, but
I
like,
wouldn't say it should be free. I feel like they should be paid for sure. But if like you feel like your life path is to help people, I don't understand why
yeah,
you're sitting up in some type of like golden
yeah.
chariot
Yeah.
and you're not. You know what I mean?
So, I knew that was there, and then all that shit happened 2 days before my birthday, in March, and then I was like, I can probably deal with this, and then I found something else out, and it was like I said, it was a snowball
Yeah.
effect, and I said, okay, now it's time to
Right.
now it's time, and it was just a decision where I literally was in the kitchen making something for lunch probably, or like doing something, and I got on my email and I looked at the my job's counseling
Right. What they offer.
solutions, and I clicked on it and I scheduled. I was like, I'm gonna schedule, and I scheduled, and it was literally like I started a week after.
Isn't it kind of the easiest thing you've ever done?
Yes,
But it feels like the moments leading up to it is probably going to be like the hardest thing. It's really the opposite.
and you know what? It is scary. And it's stuff like when I went the first time, I thought it was gonna be, oh, everything's gonna get cured. We're gonna figure it out, and it's gonna be that way.
Yeah.
Like the movies, you go to the movies and
Right,
you watch
right.
that. Everybody's in therapy, and I made a
Relaxing on
revelation
that
or whatever.
couch, yeah.
It wasn't like that,
No.
and
no,
it's a
not.
lot harder and a lot
You
darker
have to do the work, bro.
than what people think, and learning a lot of stuff about myself. I was trying to find a cure of things that happened to me,
Right.
but now I'm actually going into it being like, I have to help myself with the things that are inside of me before I can either forgive or
Right.
let go of the things that happened on the outside of my life.
Deadass. I think that's a big, one of the biggest pills to swallow in life is like, unfortunately, like not too many people are coming to save you. Like if you're drowning, you feel like you're drowning, it's very hard to reach out and get genuine help from other people because other people are going through this shit too. You know?
Right.
And so that's kind of a depressing thing. But whenever we reach out and we go to therapy and we use the resources that are for us, I feel like it can almost seem like, like I fucked up or something, But realistically, man, this life thing is not easy for anybody, bro.
No, 100% it's not.
Like, it's not.
And I always say this on pod: if you ever have a chance to or can, go to therapy. Go to therapy.
Yeah.
Don't it just because and it's weird because talking about therapy in a man's perspective.
Yeah.
Just the harsh reality is you're not a pussy if you go. Sorry.
No, I've never thought that. I mean, I've my family struggles with mental health issues, and luckily, I'm blessed to have a family that actually, understands those things. Because there's people in places where, they don't believe in mental health.
No,
They believe that all that's crap, and
fix it.
Get up, stand up, you're all right. Take some Robitussin or something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm very blessed to where I'm in a family unit where we all are aware of these things.
To be honest, that's how I grew up.
Right.
And it's not just that. It was also like we weren't rich, but we weren't poor. We're in the middle, and we were more poor than we were rich. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, what does that even mean when it comes to the middle class, bro?
Yeah, exactly. So like, it wasn't one of those things like when I was a kid. Like I think I had health insurance until I was 10, maybe.
It was like, really? You didn't have like Medicaid or anything?
I have a Medicaid. Whenever I hit when I hit like a certain age, I you know what I'm saying? My first job was at 15.
Isn't that crazy, bro? They'll just let people walk around like, and knowing they won't, if that person gets hurt, they'll let them walk around doing all these dangerous jobs to get stuff done, knowing that if they go to the hospital, we're not gonna fuck with you, bro.
Yeah, they're not, and that's been a case for me for a long time.
I've had that.
Everybody knows that I've had this hernia for so long, and
yeah.
I'm finally actually getting the train moving because the job that I have, it gives me health insurance, but I haven't had health insurance. I'm gonna give a guess, like since I was 11. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had health insurance since I was like preteen.
That's crazy, man. Why do you know why you didn't get on the Medicaid?
I think it was too expensive for my parents. For one.
And it was probably something also like your parents probably didn't want to be on government programs, right?
Yeah. And then for a second, all the jobs that I did didn't have health insurance. Like didn't hold health insurance.
Especially over there in that neck of the woods, man. A lot of those jobs are under the table.
Yeah. So
which is a pros and cons to that, but.
Yeah, so I mean that's the case for a lot of Americans here, and it's unfortunate, but hopefully one day hopefully soon. I'm going to say near future because the future doesn't look very hot over here. So near future,
in America,
hopefully we get like health insurance that's either 100% affordable or damn near free.
You know the thing about that health insurance, like whenever they do like the like over in Britain they have like public the public health service.
Yeah.
And a lot of those doctors, man, you'll be sitting in there for weeks before you get an appointment, and it's not always the best treatment. So like, there's pros and cons to having like private healthcare as compared to public healthcare.
Yeah.
But I would much rather it not be expensive. I think
no,
that's the
100%.
only complaint. You know 100%. What I'm saying? Like,
I mean, you've been to the hospital, right? Do you have health insurance? Oh, you have health insurance?
Dang. Good.
Okay, cool.
That's good.
Cool.
That's good. Cause look, like I've dead ass went to the hospital with my jaw broke, and they looked at me dead in my face. They're like, "You got insurance?
Yeah,
you got insurance."
Before we can fix this serious,
I said, "No, ma'am." They said, "Well, ain't a whole lot we can do for you, bud."
My jaw is fucking broken, bro.
Dude.
That was the name of my hernia. I've been to the emergency room 5 times. 5 times.
Right, and they can see
and they see
it hanging off you.
And they're like, "Bud, you got the insurance, you got that fucking healthy
you got
shit.
that bread on you,
you got that fucking government,
got that sponsorship,
help. Yeah, that fucking health sponsorship, bro.
That health sponsorship,
you got that fucking health sponsor, and you're like, nah, dude, I'm not shitting you. So the last time I went to the emergency room for this, I had my stomach was I was in pain. Bro.
I bet.
I was at work and it just happened out of nowhere. And I was like, bro, like this shit's happening. I'm gonna fucking die.
Right.
My homeboy was like, you gotta go to the emergency. My homeboy that was living with me, Aiden. Shout out to Aiden. He was living with me at the time. I was living in Hereford. And he goes, bro, you gotta get this shit fixed. And I was like, all right, we're gonna go to the emergency room. It was like 4 a.m. I go over there. I'm like, bro, it's a 10. I'm in pain. I don't have health. I told them
no
the whole
bullshit.
Thing.
Just help
me.
No
bullshit.
Bro.
Fucking help me. I went in there. They put a fucking IV inside of me.
They drained it a little
3 hours.
Right.
3 hours I waited in that fucking waiting room. This guy comes in and goes, hey, man, so the doctor that could do this is not available until next week. We're going to take you to a specialist. And even then, since you don't have health insurance, we can't take you. You're going to have to like call when you get health insurance to get it going.
Right.
Bro,
how weird is that? Is like they're probably walking around the hallways like, yeah, that guy, he needs help, but he don't have health insurance.
Right. That's exactly what they said to me. That's what they said to me. They said, hey man, like I would
Like,
love
what
to
the
help,
fuck?
but you don't got. And I'm like, bro, what do you mean? You're getting paid still, bro.
Like,
You
dude.
are at work getting paid right now.
Yeah, and what's crazy is the dude that probably said that to you is probably more on like an hourly kind of
Yeah, that's what I'm
gig,
saying,
you know
bro.
what I mean? He ain't even making salary like that.
So I get all done. I done 4 hours in an emergency room for nothing.
yeah.
Got an IV put in me for nothing, right? And a week later, I get a fucking bill for that fucking little sit down. $1,400
Goddamn.
for a fucking IV, and for them to tell me that I'm shit out of luck until
I mean,
figure it out.
I get those in the mail all the time.
I know. Don't
And
pay.
I pay 'em.
Don't pay
And
your
I pay 'em.
fucking.
I pay
Don't
'em.
pay your fucking.
I pay mine.
You pay yours?
No.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Fuck
we
that.
ain't
Fuck
paying. We ain't.
Well, I
paying
mean,
that
like
shit.
my mom has Crohn's disease.
Oh,
And she
right.
also has Addison's disease, osteoporosis. So it's
Oh,
arthritis in her bones, and then a bunch of other shit. And like growing up, seeing her go through all that shit and seeing her go through circles trying to get like disability,
Right.
and then her telling me about every time I go to get like an infusion, like a blood infusion, that shit's like $72,000. Or like
what?
they're switching her off of that, putting her on something else, and it's like a little at-home injection. Those at-home injections cost,
Can you look up and see how much insulin is right
$1,000.
now? Just be like, how much is insulin in the United States?
Like I could probably look up the price of Humira, which is what my mom was taking. But I mean, regardless of what the exact dollar number is, it's still way too much for those people to survive. You know?
No,
what I'm
100%.
I think that like not to bring it, not to go into politics, but like there's a lot of people that could do a lot more things about this,
Right?
And they just don't want to, either because they're making money or because they're gonna get squished like a little bug whenever Pfizer or Johnson & Johnson comes knocking at your fucking
Oh yeah,
door.
100%.
You know what I'm
saying? What's gonna suck is when like bills like that become financeable or whatever you call it.
Right, I know what you mean.
Government controlled, and they're gonna be knocking at your door, being like, "You have a $72,000 hospital bill, and we're just gonna take everything that you have until you give us the money." You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
That's gonna be crazy.
No, I think it's gonna be crazy. Like that's only gonna happen if people give up their rights. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And people have been doing that more and more and more and more over the past few years. So
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't think
What's it looking like?
it's a lot, huh?
It's like 600.
Ain't no way, bro.
There's a way, bro. I bet you.
I bet it's
I
more
bet
than
you
a
it's
way.
600
It's more than a way.
600. But I don't know how far. I don't know where we finished or where we were starting or talked about or whatever.
No, we
Anyway.
were going down this thing about you.
Yeah. Oh, what was it? You
Getting
got
healthy,
the number? You got the
getting
number?
healthy.
Oh, okay.
The Humira shot was $7,000.
$7,000?
$7,000.
The Humira. What is Humira for?
Humira is for rheumatoid arthritis
That's
and
crazy.
also Crohn's.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But so yeah, the whole I'm going to therapy and stuff. It's helping, but my mental health.
So you got a cool therapist that you see the
Yeah.
same person every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Somebody that you like.
I'm actually going Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think it was Tuesday to the 21st.
Is it a dude?
Yes.
And that I feel like that's
Well, it's
helpful,
actually
right?
the 24th probably. I think.
See, whenever I used to go to therapy, right?
You get it? It's still loading.
I used to go to therapy.
We have internet. What is the passcode? Do you remember?
I don't remember what the password was.
It's like 7 something maroon something.
Yeah, it's
number.
like a bunch of digits and letters. And
Damn, it's over there.
Yeah, it's under the box over there.
Yeah, it's under the box over there if you
Yeah.
want to check it out.
You want to hop on the Wi-Fi? It's down there. But no, so I used to go to therapy, and I want to tell you about my fucking experience with this shit. Because like, man, therapy was awesome. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anything against therapy, but under my circumstances, because I mean, I try to avoid talking about this as much as I can on public platforms and shit like that. But whenever I was in the military and I was going to like military, like I was within a military network of like health shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so like for me to express that I have I'm having problems, that's gonna be marked down on my shit forever. So
Right.
I mean that's a scary thing to say, but honestly I reached out and got some help. The first place they sent me was to a psychiatrist to see if maybe there was some type of like chemical imbalance in my brain. So they tried to put me on medication, but I was like, bro, I just need to talk to somebody.
Right.
And
because like a lot of people that deal with suicidal thoughts or whatever.
yeah,
I mean, I deal, and it's crazy too. I didn't know about this. I didn't know about this until I started digging deep into my emotions, my feelings.
Yeah.
I've always had, since I don't remember when I didn't have suicidal thoughts. I've always had suicidal. I thought it was normal.
Thought it was normal to.
I thought it was normal to be like, I could probably.
I could pack this up right now.
Yeah, I could pack this shit up right now.
You know what I mean? I could pack this up right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know what you mean. And I know
on the highway and being like, I can turn the wheel just a little bit.
Yeah. The it's intrusive thoughts is what a lot of that stuff is. But a lot of times it's more real than just intrusive thoughts. A lot of times, I find myself like, look, I really could pack this up right now and get the fuck up out of here.
And I've always dealt with those thoughts, so like they were normal to me. But what really triggered me, what really got me to be like, okay, I really have to do this shit.
Yeah.
Was the intrusive thoughts of beating the absolute fuck out of people.
Yeah, you've told me about this.
And I've always been a nice person. I've always been a calm person.
Yeah, I've only ever known you to be a nice
But
guy.
a few months ago, when all this shit went down, I was like, dude, like, I want to hurt people. Right. And I've never had those feelings before. I've always been like, I could fight somebody for sure,
right,
or whatever. No, I would I don't know, listen to a song or like have an argument with somebody or whatever the fuck the situation was, and I could just see red, and then I could see myself going to wherever the fuck a person was and being the absolute shit out of
So
them.
have you talked to your therapist about this?
Yeah,
these violent thoughts and stuff like that. What does he have to say?
He says it's like a trauma response.
Yeah.
To like having all of these emotions built up inside of your body.
Right.
And and I've told him about like I know that I'm 28 years old.
Yeah.
But a lot of these feelings I've never had. So like it's basically
you've
like
had them the whole time. You just never had the platform to talk about them.
The platform to talk about, or I've never
or the safe space.
Safe space. I've never dwelled on these feelings this much before. And it's a learning experience. So like some people get angry and they're like, yeah, this is I get angry and I have these spits or whatever. Where it's like a 28-year-old being like, I feel jealousy and anger so much to the point where I want to beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah.
This is not cool. And I've never and I want to tell everybody I've never acted on these. I never acted on this or anything.
Yeah, but I also feel like it's normal to have intrusive thoughts.
Right,
People think about shit like that all the time, bro. Don't
and so
think
it's
that you're weird for having violent thoughts. People have violent thoughts all the time.
I just feel like it's weird for me because, like I said, I'm 20 years old. I'm just finding out.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that. I know what you mean by that.
But I will say, whenever you have situations like this happen to you, and then you end up having these feelings that you've never had before, like it's one of those things where, like, I didn't see myself in these situations in the first place.
Yeah.
So like for me to have these feelings about these things, I'm like, damn, like I feel like I fucked my shit up, but I would rather have known about these feelings before. Now. Well, I think
like the way that I'm on my journey with into my innermost self. You know what I'm saying, and getting to a peace, right?
Wants a cigarette? Oh, you're like, what is that? What is that?
I think those things are exciting a little bit.
Yeah.
Like whenever you find out something like about yourself that you now have to deal with, like it's so scary to be on autopilot, right?
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's so scary. So
and I feel like I've been on autopilot for a while, and then I moved to a skirt.
Right.
And then it felt like it was getting better.
I think it is.
I mean, it is. It's still getting better.
Well,
it
still
definitely
working through
is. Yeah. But there was situations that were happening with the whole situation where we're at now. It's like, bro, like, and I told this to my therapist. I'm like, bro, like, nothing is working, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing is working.
I'm putting in the work, but nothing happening.
Yeah, like I'm doing all these things that are supposed to be good for people. I'm trying to be positive. I'm going to therapy. I'm working on myself and being a better person. It's like the world's just shitting on me. Literally just taking a whole ass hot shit on me.
It's because you built different. That I hate to admit it, but it's really because you built different.
I'm fucking him, bro.
On God,
But and then I moved to with Skirt, and then we were we still are. He's out doing other things right now, but we're still living together, and then we had to move out of that place.
Yeah.
And then while we were moving out of that place, my car takes a huge shit.
Yeah, your car's fucked.
Yeah, my car's fucked, which I'm gonna get. I'm getting a new one. I promise the fucking God.
Yeah. You better.
Yeah, manifesting new car.
Yep.
But You know, that's happening. And you know what? I'm talking a lot of shit about my car, but at least it's getting me to places. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true, bro.
It's getting me to where I need to go.
Barely. But it's making it.
But it's there. It's like,
making it.
You better hurry up. I'm dying.
It's better than what I got. I got a nice set of Lambo Feeties. You know what I'm saying?
We just need to get that fucking. We just need to get the fucking tire, bro. When you get the tire.
Yeah, you know,
bro.
I'll be biking.
Yeah, you're fucking.
Yeah, my bike is out of commission right now. I've been legging it, but I love it though. I love being outside.
I was checking out those electric bikes, bro. If you have a couple
that's
grand,
gonna be my move. That's gonna be one of my next.
I might fucking do that shit, bro.
Yo, I'm telling you, like the one that they have for like $1,500 would take you some places, man.
I mean, it's Amarillo. I mean, how far? I mean, you don't have to go that far.
And
you don't have to go that far.
I'm not gonna tell y'all where I live, but I live where everywhere is not far from me, bro.
Yeah. Literally, like right now, like if I had an electric bike, I can go to the store easy peasy.
Exactly, easy as fuck.
And then come back, and then like we're all good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and honestly, bro, cars are washed, guys. I know this is a hot take, but cars are done.
Yeah, cars are just
cars
getting
are
old news, bro.
Cooked,
There's so much shit you have to do for them.
I know. It's
Gas
a
is
money.
so expensive already.
It's a money hole, dude.
Yeah,
it's a money hole.
Like everything fucking costs.
And
for
I know y'all are probably
car.
thinking I'm being I'm being so serious. Cars are cooked, bro. You know, unless you want to get a Tesla or something or that brand new fucking Lamborghini. You see that, bro? Lamborghini dropped their electrical shit. It's honestly kind of tight looking, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's clean. It's clean.
We just need to go hot take. We need to go nuclear, but you know we don't want to.
That's not a hot take. I don't think. Right?
I think a lot of people hate the nuclear talk.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people hate
now
the nuclear talk.
You think still now? Maybe like 10 years ago.
Maybe.
I think people are kind of like, we should probably do something about this.
I mean, what doesn't have fucking nuclear shit in it anymore anyway?
Exactly.
Our phones are literally giving us cancer.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck are we worried about nuclear fucking cars and shit?
Well, we're supposed to stop fracking and
like,
shit.
did you know that you're not supposed to hold your phone completely to your face? Like, you know, people do this. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to hold it out here. Like there's a study.
I've heard about this.
There's a study on men getting testicular cancer
because
because
phones
when they're driving and they put their fucking phone right down in their crotch. Because I do that shit too. They're getting testicular cancer from that shit.
I mean, I believe it to a certain extent, but is it as bad as what people are saying? I imagine it's happened a few times, but it's like not everybody's getting cancer from their cell phones.
I checked the small numbers. You know when COVID hit, and one of the things that I fucking prided myself on, and it's so fucking stupid and toxic, but there was a study on people that smoke cigarettes in COVID, and 14% of the people that smoke cigarettes didn't get COVID because the cigarettes
I've heard this.
lined your esophagus with, you know, so
like
the COVID wouldn't connect to you. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hell yeah! At least, you know, fucking smoking saving my life.
I was smoking all the way through the pandemic, and I caught COVID 4 times, bro. I was smoking hella
Did you get COVID?
cigarettes, dude.
No, I got COVID twice.
COVID at all?
I had COVID
I had
twice.
it. I'm pretty sure I had it 4 times. 2 times confirmed for sure. Then the other 2 I just.
You know what's crazy? I think because like I said, I didn't have health insurance. I didn't go to the doctor. I think when the January of COVID happening,
Where were you on January 6th?
I was not doing that.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, no, but I remember January. I got fucking dog shit sick. Like literally,
that COVID shit was its ass.
Like it fucking rocked the shit out of me, and I was sick for like a week.
I'd have been worried about you because on some real shit, statistically, bro, if you're a little bit bigger, that shit's supposed to be packing you up and taking you out.
So here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing, bro. When COVID actually was the worst here in America, I was still at work. I still worked. I worked
all the way through.
But I was by myself, and you know, I was cautious. I was a newspaper, and you were pregnant too. Damn, son, that's you got a COVID baby. Those babies though, on some crazy shit. Those babies are gonna be fucking insane, bro.
Yeah.
Like when they grow up, they're gonna. Those are the mutants. Those are the like X-Men.
They're all gonna come out looking like fucking.
They're gonna be like fucking
shit,
like
man.
looking at you, and then like you're gonna start like icing up. Like, oh shit,
Yo.
what the fuck? They're
The
gonna be moving
COVID babies are the next step in human evolution.
COVID kids.
COVID kids. Yeah.
Documentary for sure. COVID kids.
Yo.
Or
honestly,
a TV show.
There does need to be some kind of documentary about what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we can get some answers where we can all come together and be like, okay, this is why this shit happened. Because even now, you still got people fucking like arguing about that shit.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Always.
Like, can we all just agree on a narrative? Like,
yeah.
Like one time.
What was that? Where were we fucking going?
So we're going down this path talking about how, you going to the doctor.
Yeah.
And
But why did we get to COVID? What did we
no,
get?
you said you got COVID right now.
No. I got a. You know what? We're doing this podcast. Got a fucking mad ass fever
And,
right now.
we're having a COVID party over
We
here.
have a
Actually,
COVID
so
party. Yeah.
we're being healthy.
No, I do. I have a friend that has COVID right now.
Really?
Yeah, I have a friend that has COVID
People
right
are
now.
still catching. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah. That's where I was going. So you said that bigger people go. People go.
yes, yeah.
So I was scared a little bit. Bro,
I mean,
because
yeah,
I have a
statistically, yeah.
homeboy. Not gonna dox anybody or anything, but I have a homeboy that's a little
Right.
bit that's bigger than me, a little bit bigger. Was in the hospital for 2 years
Jesus.
while COVID was happening.
You sure he wasn't just in there eating though?
He probably was eating that fucking Jello.
You know what I
probably.
mean?
For
He's
sure,
probably
eating
like,
that
man,
Jell-O.
if they gonna let me stay here,
Yeah, if they give me stay here, I'm good. I'm straight. But
no.
but he
seriously, though,
was
if
like
real fucked
he
up in
almost
there,
died.
Real,
Like he
real.
was like there,
man.
And it was crazy that he honestly it was crazy that he came back. Like he
That-
came
that
back
is
and,
wild.
and
Bless
now
his
he's
soul,
alive.
man.
Which good for him. Honestly, I'm glad that he's still alive. But like the way the struggle he took, bro, they had to medically put him in a coma because
Yeah.
of COVID. Medically comatose him.
I wonder what the science is behind the body not being able to fight it if it's.
Well, and it's one of those things too.
You
Like
know.
I don't know if they know now because I'm not
Oh,
reading
they
into
probably
shit.
do. They probably
but-
knew the whole time. They just didn't want to tell
But
us.
it's like people like us, people like me, because I know that I'm not the healthiest person. I'm
You're just a
drinking
bigger
and
guy.
smoking right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
But there's people like me that can get a little COVID, a little cough, and then walk it off.
Just a little taste of
and then
taste of COVID.
and then
Little
there's
kiss.
people like you. I bike, I adventure, I'm exercising, I'm doing this shit.
What do you mean,
And-
you people?
All right. Now pause here.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
No,
kidding.
there's people that are more athletic, more
right,
healthy.
right. Yeah, exactly.
In a sense, and there has been reports of them dying.
Yeah, exactly, bro. My homie Olad died from
RIP.
COVID, and he was playing
he
soccer
Russian?
in college. No, he's from Kenya. He's an African
Olad?
guy. Olad Meganau.
That's a Russian name.
I'm not sure.
Olad.
Olad Roganov.
No, it's maybe
Olad
Scottish.
Stroganoff.
Olad Stroganoff.
That's a hard ass Russian mobster right there. No, I think that also people that had had asthma were one of the people that were highly at risk.
I had a lot of friends that have asthma, and I was afraid too.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of glad that weird to say this, but I'm actually kind of glad that my grandma passed away before COVID, because I
get
feel
that.
like if
I
she
get
got if she was here and she got COVID, she wouldn't have, and it would have been worse.
Well, it's weird how a lot of those deaths, bro, like you'll get COVID and you'll die, but how much of those deaths are actually from COVID or from shit that you had before?
I hope that I'm a statistic, a COVID statistic.
I thought that I was gonna
get in
be
a wreck.
one because I was not locking down for shit. I was out there in the club. Sorry guys, I was out there in the clubs, fucking turning up during the fucking pandemic. Y'all can be mad, y'all can do whatever, bro. I mean, I had a mask on sometimes, bro.
Sometimes.
You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. Like, especially where I was at in the pandemic, bro, nobody was wearing masks. You can go to you could walk into Walmart mid-pandemic, nobody got a fucking mask
nobody.
on.
But I wore my mask. Okay, I'm not gonna say this specifically, but I wore my mask because I didn't want people to know who I was. And
I
when
get
went
that.
to
I get
Walmart.
that.
They have them cameras.
Mhm.
Well, if they can't see who you are, then you could do almost.
I like I
you
did
can
like
almost
the
do anything.
anonymity of it. Like after a while, you
Yeah.
start realizing.
I mean,
shit,
everybody
like,
knew who the fuck I was, because if you see this fucking white guy walking around,
you ain't Clark Kent, bud.
yeah, I mean, I could put a mask on and people, and they're like, okay, but if I put a mask on for Rihanna, they're gonna fucking know who I am. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Right.
I'm not fucking hard to fucking
You ain't
spot
gonna
out.
pack you up.
But okay, all right, so we moved to I moved to Skirts,
Yeah.
and we're still doing shit, and everything's good, and then now we're here. We had to move out of the place that we were living. We moved here, and now this is where we're
We had a
at.
show in between then.
Yeah, we had shows. We
a
had
couple-
some
we
really
had a couple
good shows.
Really good shows. yeah.
Actually, the music part of my whole life is not so bad. It's actually really good because we were fucking doing some shit, really
yeah,
good shit.
we've been getting some motion going
Yeah,
down.
so-
Like, if y'all have seen me around and stuff, I really appreciate y'all coming out and supporting me because I'm really new, but I'm not new at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been around for a long time, but I just don't be going out my house. So
Yeah, I force them to
man.
come. Like, you're
But
gonna
I
do a
love
show.
it. No, I love it. I love seeing y'all and everybody just come out and have a good time. That's really what matters to me the most. So.
Right.
But shit, yeah, we had some really good shows on that. Honestly, that Sunday show that we threw
Oh yeah,
was fire, bro. I love
Yeah.
I love the vibe. I love the amount of people.
it was like super. It was like
was
super
chill. It was really
undergroundish.
chill.
Like
Yeah.
it was like if you knew, you knew, and then you would show
Type
up.
shit.
But the one that we did, the one The one that I met you at. That one was crazy.
Before. That one was really
wild.
good. That was
one of the wildest fucking shows that I
ever.
had.
Had a bunch of people performing up there too. It was crazy. It was awesome.
Lil Horn was one of my favorites in his little group. Man, he brought his fucking group.
Yeah, I was gonna say they had the gang with him.
Yeah, the gang with him, and then it was me. I think Kid Carrillo.
You know, it's funny.
Arcade and Trap were there.
Arcade played too, and Trap played. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Almighty Red Knight.
Yeah.
Trippy. Who else was there?
What?
No, that was this one was.
But you know that was a good night.
This one was in July.
Yeah, that was way back in July.
Yeah, July. It was like the beginning of July.
Yeah, I do. They was hating on my boy Skirt up there, so I had to. That was really the only thing about that night. They was trying to hate a little bit, but it's all good, bro. You know
yeah, we still got here. Oh, I think we
still kept the good vibes.
I think we squashed it.
I had a good talk.
We had that Doghouse studio, the Doghouse, and they were there, and me, Skirt, and them were chatting it up. I think we squashed it. So.
I had asked the bros, man. I said, y'all know him. I know y'all. There shouldn't be no non-love going around.
Right,
we all here trying to do the same thing, you know. So, and I respect those guys for listening to what I had to say in that moment. So
right. So now we're here, and the reason I'm cleaning house is because it's been hard for me to post. It's been hard for me to make shit happen because of my mental health, and I want to apologize to anybody that has been offended or hurt about the fact that podcasts were happening then it didn't happen or whatever the fuck the case may be. That was on me, but I will say we had to adjust some things for the podcast a week ago. A lot of shit went down. I would have posted this week, but they decided to cancel that, and it kind of upset me because I was literally going through a lot of shit, and I took the time out of my life to rush to get something done for them, and they decided to cancel what I was about to drop 2 hours prior. Yeah. So I love everybody, and I appreciate everybody that supports the pod, but if you are going to come to me and you're not a part of what I do,
you gotta come correct.
You gotta come correct. You gotta come correct, and we'll discuss it between you and me or your group or whatever. If I hit you up, don't even fucking worry about it. We're gonna make pod shit happen. If you hit me up and I don't know who you are and you want to do some shit on the pod and you want me to talk about what you want to do and what you're doing and your art and whatever the case may be, and you want me to drop it at a specific time, you gotta come correct. That's just a little something that I wanted to point out there. But we're fucking back, dude. I think
back in here.
It's literally. It
might be almost dead.
It's literally almost the 100th episode.
Yeah.
So
that's exciting.
But I want Skirt here. I want Skirt to be here. I want all the group to be here.
We're gonna make it all those things happen.
This will be the 99.9th episode probably.
Yeah, bro. How do you feel about putting 100 episodes down, bro?
It's
You feel proud? You feel it's been a journey? It's been really proud. Been what? What has it been?
It's been crazy. Like if I really look back at when I first started to what I do now and stuff, it's been dude, if you watch the first episodes, the first, I don't know, fucking 12 episodes or something, I was in a fucking trashy-ass garage.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like that. Sometimes those are the best fucking pods.
And we did, and it was fun. And then I moved to Hereford. We did a few episodes in Hereford, and then I moved to Canyon, and that's when everything started kind of picking back up. And then from Canyon all the way till now, it's literally just interviews. I've been interviewing so much people. To the point where I don't even have to have.
And we're going to have to get us one in, man. Real time interview.
No, 100%. I mean, 100%. I'm just glad that you're here to fucking talk.
Oh, man. I mean, y'all don't know this, but I'm always here.
Yeah, he's always fucking
I'm always around.
This is the spot, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Me and Skirt picked this place specifically. I know that we're going to fix it up. It's kind of a trash heap right now. But what I want to do is I want to
keeping this, so
I want to curtain.
Probably not.
I want to curtain all the way up, all through here. And then have this fucking open for the stew and shit. But this is why we got this fucking place, is because it's a studio and shit.
Well, I mean, and that's fucking tight too, man. You know, I saw you guys make a lot of moves on as far as just, you know, trying to stick together, work together, and get something new going for y'all.
Going.
I mean, shit, I had something personally happen to me in the past few months where I had to go get my own things. Like,
right.
As crazy as everything's been, bro, a lot of W's have came through. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, I was telling Skirt, man, it's like, you know, we might not win all the ones that you think matters, but all the crucial, essential W's, bro, we've caught those. Man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. In the music and the pod world and everything, it's all good. It's all straight.
We've caught the necessary W's to still stand here before you and with a smile on our face.
Yeah, so. we just got, and I want my fans to know too, and I want people that are watching this too to understand that, like, your mental health is important. It's very super important because if there's shit going on in your life that, like, you can't control. And you can't do what you love to do, then you got to work on those things. You got to fix those things before you can get back on the horse and fucking ride that shit.
And that's just a part of working out. You know what I'm saying? People that work out their arms, their muscles, their brains. Whenever you do a little Sudoku puzzle or some shit, I don't know if people do that anymore. But also like your emotions, bro. You work those out just like you work any other part of your body out. You know, like if you can't handle the stress, it's because you haven't been through the stress, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like my whole life's just stress.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that one right there. That one hit me.
Heap of stress balls.
Stressed out, you know, and I don't feel bad for the people that haven't had to be through stress. But if you do find yourself in a position that you've never been in before, reach out, talk to somebody. There's a lot of really cool people around here that have been through similar shit.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, like
100%.
And even if they can't tell you exactly what to do, it's just cool just to talk to somebody, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Dan, it's only 1:35.
It's only 1:35.
Well, you probably feel it more than I do.
Yeah, a little bit, because you got your beauty rest.
I did get my beauty rest. I've been sleeping all day.
You got your beauty rest.
I slept all day. I said fuck it. I did get up. I did for a little bit.
You did.
But
I also know how that be, man. Whenever you locked in on that bed and you ain't got really nothing to do, it's a challenge to be like, all right, I'm getting up. You know what I mean?
I did tell myself though. I did tell myself.
Yeah, which is necessary. You kind of have
on
to.
On Monday, I am gonna get up at a reasonable hour, and I'm gonna continue to. I'm just gonna be a human, and just do that shit. Because I'm tired of waking up at fucking 6 in the afternoon and being like, oh yeah, my fucking day's all gone. You know, I know that I work nights and shit. I know that I work fucking nights and stuff, but like,
could you imagine, bro, if you slept all day, bro? And it was the day where they were really announcing real aliens.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you be asleep for it, you wake up, and the world would be a different place, bro.
If an alien was like, what up, cuh?
Like a homie came through the door right now, and he's just like, yeah, like on some crazy shit. Like, he's not even speaking no English, dude.
Fucking sign language
shit. He ain't speaking Spanish. He ain't speaking nothing. He's like, I'm like, yo, get out, bro. Yeah, I was dapping you up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm a fuck with you.
I'm a fuck with you, but you gotta have to leave with all that noise, boy.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro.
What the fuck?
Nah, on some real shit. What would be the questions? They roll up. They say, "Ask me."
Okay. And assuming that they understand me as I say it, right? Yeah. And I understand them as they said it. 2 questions I'd ask an alien. But how long y'all been here, right?
Right. Okay.
Like, I feel like that's important. Like, if y'all been here the whole time, then really what we're doing is not that important.
Right.
But if I'm the first one to talk to you, then I'm gonna feel different about the conversation. Right. And then 2, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this one's kind of petty, but like, how y'all be fucking?
How y'all be fucking?
Yeah, like y'all be fucking for real, or like y'all got like, I don't know what's going on with y'all's like
that was kind of like
reproducing procedures. Yeah,
that was gonna be one of my. What was you gonna say?
I just want to know. I want to know, like, yeah,
like you fuck with a dick,
or is it like the little braid like on Avatar? You know what I'm saying?
Or is it like a mind thing?
You know, it could be something different.
Or is it like a mind thing, or is it like you fucking with the mind or whatever? It could be like this type shit, you know? Nah,
and then you know what's dangerous about that question is just like, well, we just punch each other in the fucking face and then you get rocked, nigga.
Oh, dude, you're like, fuck, that hurt, and he's like, I fucking got off.
Well, he's like, I'm good now. You kind of feel dirty a little bit. You're like, damn, what the fuck is this going on, bro? You got beat up by an alien, literally.
I would say, the first question I would ask is like, did y'all really abduct people?
That's a good one.
Like, why are y'all here? Like, why are y'all abducting us and shit?
That's
Right?
kind of like what I was asking too.
Yeah, and then my second question that you already kind of like, but I'm like, are we gonna hook up or?
Yeah, it's like
You know?
that's kind of where I would go with it. A
It
little
depends
bit.
on how
But
like
we
good
could
they
ease
look.
it back.
You know what I'm saying?
Like we could ease it back, like to like just like how does y'all's bodies work? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because that's a very
Look, all
valid
I'm
question.
saying, if there is an alien bitch pulls up, bro.
How would you know
And-
how would you know?
I'm not
I'm
asking.
saying.
I'm not asking quite like this.
what
This
if-
is how it's gonna work, right? This is how it's gonna work. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay,
If an alien bitch comes up and looks,
you're only knowing if
and
she has
looks-
3 tits or something.
and looks alien.
That's the only way you know.
If she looks alien but has tits and a fine ass,
I'll guarantee you, there's. I don't know.
they might be doing other things.
I'm gonna let you finish.
They might be doing other things with that shit. I don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could totally get like the whole species could be intersexual.
Bruh. But just the same fucking question. Would you fuck a Hulk Hogan bitch or a Jane Fox
Guy.
dude?
I'm definitely fucking.
Like, okay, like this is the question. Would you fuck?
Oh,
but
let me ask you.
it would have to be. It would have to be. Yeah.
So Hulk Hogan with a vagina
Right.
and Megan Fox with a pussy. And fuck Andrew Tate is not. This is a valid question.
Hulk Hogan with a pussy or Megan Fox with a dick.
With a dick, right? As a man, which one are you fucking? You fucking Hulk Hogan with the pussy, or you fucking Megan Fox with a dick?
I mean, I'm bisexual. So
Right. So it's probably easier for you to decide. But like, as a man,
Damn.
are you giving you fucking both of them? That's greedy. That's so damn greedy.
Wait. Okay, but I'm saying, who's that comedian? That one that's blowing up right now? What's his name?
Which one?
Fife.
Five.
Matt Fife.
Oh, Matt Rife.
Matt Rife.
Yeah, Matt Rife.
Now the question is though. This is the question that will fuck me up.
Mateo Lane's better, but we'll
Because I'd fuck Megan Fox with a dick and Matt Rife. You know.
Oh yeah, he's very lovable,
With a
squeezable
pussy.
little twink, bro.
If he had
I'd
a
be
pussy,
in there.
I'd fuck him.
I'd be in there, bro.
I'd be like Matt Rife
I
with a
could push it
pussy
to
or
the
Megan
side,
Fox
too.
with
I
a
don't
dick.
even matter,
I'm
bro.
fucking both of them.
Hey.
I'm fucking both. But going back to the question, I'm fucking Megan Fox with a dick. So if there's a hot ass little alien bitch with a dick and a pussy, I'm fucking.
So let me tell you this, bro.
And I'll be the first one. I'll be the first dude that people know documented to fucking alien.
You know, you
Bruh.
feel like you don't know that though. You know how many galaxies she's traveled across to get here,
No,
bro?
just me though.
She probably
as a
if
human.
if she's out here fucking humans, bro,
Dude,
she's
what if I get
definitely busting it back for whatever
if I get an
fucking
alien
buff ass
disease?
alien she saw on the way here.
What if I get alien AIDS, bruh?
See, that's another thing I do be thinking about, bro. It's like whenever if we do meet aliens, bro, just like
What kind
how
of diseases they have?
what kind of diseases do they have, bro? Because we'll definitely die and we won't be able to trust the government for vaccines or anything.
Well, I mean, it's like, look, I'm sorry, white people, but it's kind of like the same thing how
It's
we
another-
did to the indigenous folks.
No, that's exactly what I was
we
thinking
came
about.
in ships and we're like, and they're like,
Now I will say this: somebody tried to bring up the whole blanket thing. You know how people used to say like they
no,
were putting.
they did, bro.
No, it's not true. Actually,
Bruh.
I did a little research. The blanket thing is not true.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Damn,
I looked this up.
that
so
was
like,
horrible.
so yeah, they were saying that they're putting like fucking, they're rubbing the blankets on themselves and like putting them over there. It's like that for one, the research that I did
Are you
that
sure
wouldn't
it's just
work.
not documented?
It wouldn't work like that. You wouldn't be able to transmit smallpox like that. Is what I found out.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So like the blanket smallpox thing is like, it's not scientific. It's not that they wouldn't have tried it. I guarantee they probably tried it.
Right.
You know, but it probably wasn't working like that. So, but I mean, I don't know. A lot more fucked up shit happened besides the blankets though.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
talk about the Trail of Tears and fucking
Yeah.
all types of shit.
All right, Peter. All that
Yeah,
shit.
man. I mean, and then everybody that lived, y'all in Oklahoma now, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
America's fucked, dude.
America's fucked. Y'all sent them to Oklahoma, bro. Y'all could have sent them like y'all could have
Y'all
gave
could
them
have
like
get like Miami.
y'all
or
could have
something,
gave
bro.
them like the top piece of California.
Yeah, or some
Like
badass
something,
place.
bro.
But no, Oklahoma. That shit awful.
They said, "No, we don't want that little spot over there. Y'all can
Fuck that.
go ahead and move in."
So you'd fucking alien?
All I'm saying is
Would you fucking alien, Tom?
absolutely. Why?
Because you
Because,
want to.
but not even not because not even just that, bro. Yeah, okay, yes, because I would give consent, like when I want to get like, anyways. But like the if the alien had the capacities for me to smash, I'm smashing for sure.
Yeah, I'm smashing too.
Because but the thing is though,
Would you carry an alien
a
baby?
lot of descriptions of aliens though, are small sexless beings.
It's going,
So like, what if the aliens don't even be fucking?
Yeah, you die though. I think. Like, okay, so like, this is what terrifies the shit out of me, right? So, Grace was here. Shout out to Grace.
Shout out, Grace.
She,
Lucy.
if I wasn't right where I was, she wouldn't have came in the house. She was screaming outside the window, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I go outside, and there's a fucking wasp, right? Just fucking.
Not a wasp.
You know?
Yeah.
And she's like, "What is it? Like, kill it." And I'm like, "Oh fuck."
Oh, Tasmanian devil ass wasp.
So I kill it, right? R.I.P. the wasp. I don't like killing bugs, but it was terrifying my homegirl, and
Depends
she
on what
couldn't
kind of
get into
bug.
the house.
Yeah.
So, but I found out what wasp it was, and what this wasp does is it attacks spiders specifically.
Yeah, it's a little hoe ass wasp.
It'll sting the spider. It'll paralyze the spider.
Right.
And it'll take the spider to its nesting area where it will lay eggs in the spider, and the eggs, the little fucking maggots, will eat the spider from the inside out, right? That's what terrifies me about aliens. Because what if it's some shit like that where it's like they're gonna fuck me?
Honestly, nature gets way more sadistic than that.
They're gonna fuck me, and then I'm gonna have a fucking these fucking parasite babies eating the insides of me. You know what I'm saying?
There's a fungus out there that gets eaten by rats, right?
Right.
And whenever the rats eat it, whenever the rats smell cat piss after they've eaten this mushroom, they get fucking horny, bro, and they go chasing the cats. And this is the mushroom's defense mechanism to keep the rats from eating it.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. It literally changes their like biological makeup in their mind to where they should be afraid of cats, right? They're attracted to cats now.
No shit.
Yeah, it's weird.
You want to know something crazier? This is true. You can look it up. The reason that people like cats is that
Is this science?
This is science. The reason that people like cats, the reason that there are people that are cat ladies, right? These people that are like cat ladies. Cats hold a parasite that affects the brain, and humans can get it. And what it does, the parasite makes you like cats because that's how they survive. Right? And there's a statistic, there's a percentage of people that like cats that also like driving motorcycles. Because the receptors of danger
take risks.
Yeah, it makes you take risks.
I've heard this. I've heard about this. Actually.
And this is why I hate cats. I hate the fucking cats.
I also hate cats, but not for that reason. I think I don't know if I believe I'll have to look into that. I hate cats for a very similar reason though, because cats have they've domesticated humans twice now in human history. You know what I mean by that? They've domesticated humans, yeah, for sure, bro.
Oh yeah, cats are like the fuckboy that doesn't text back.
Cats are fucking like they think they're gods or something, bro.
I mean, think about it.
Get a job.
Think about it, bro.
Get a fucking job.
Cats are the fuckboys that don't text you back, bro.
Like why
why are you fucking
with
here,
dogs,
bro?
like,
I feed you and you shit in my house.
With dogs, bro.
And I could barely pet you.
At least the dogs started coming around because we needed something from them. They needed something from us.
Yeah,
where the fuck did cats come from?
Play catch with me or something. Make
and
sure
then
to
it's
call
even
me
more
when
weird.
I'm sad.
Cats might be aliens, bro.
They might be. Honestly, honest to God, they might be.
They all one because look, you back like Egypt, bro. They was building statues of cats.
Yeah,
for
cats
what,
were being
bro?
Statues, bro. I mean,
for what, dude?
Cats knew. See that's what it is. They're pretentious.
Cats know.
Cats fucking know. They're like we used to
know.
we used to be kings and queens, and we're better than you.
And what's crazy?
We have statues made of us.
And what's even crazier is like all the cat lovers are watching this right now. Like, yeah, we know cats are smart as fuck. It's like, yeah, like you're brainwashed, dude.
Yeah,
these cats don't give a fuck about you, bro.
An animal that doesn't give. Did you know that cats
don't give a fuck about you, bro?
If you die in
your cat would eat you.
Your cat would eat you.
Yeah, it would. Most definitely.
Your dog would starve to death next to you and die with you.
Your dog would not touch you.
But your cat
would
will eat you. That is scientifically proven.
Because cats are predators.
Yep. And they'll start at your face. They won't even be nice enough to start somewhere where they'll start at your face, bro. They don't give a fuck.
What's weird is cat people be like, I want my cat to eat me if I was like, shut up, bro. Be quiet.
Yeah.
And I'm not to hate on my cat lovers, but there's a couple of y'all that are annoying, bro.
Yeah, they're weird.
Y'all ignoring some red flags.
You like cats?
I like all
I like all animals too, and
I like
unless
all-
if they
look,
belong
if you abuse any type of animal, if you abuse a cat, I'm beating the shit.
I'm not abusing
I'm not saying
cats.
that I don't care about cats. I'm just saying they're not my. They're not. They're
Oh,
not
I really hate cats, but I'm not abusing them.
Huh? They're not my favorite.
They're probably my least favorite actually animal.
I like animals that I can't touch.
I see what you mean by that, yeah.
Those are my favorite animals.
Because there's some mystery there, yeah.
Like I used to take care. Like, I mean, I will if I could. Whenever I catch them, but I like having black widows as pets.
I keep spiders around.
Spiders are cool.
Around.
Black
I don't
widows are
have
the
a
best
cage or nothing,
because
but I keep them around.
one, you don't have to really take care of them because they don't have to have that much food. But two, I can't touch them.
Would you rather have one spider or 1,000 mosquitoes? You know, answer that question.
True.
That's why I usually don't kill spiders when I see them.
Yeah, spiders are
Try not
fucking
to.
good for the world.
They're good for the environment, for whatever little ecosystem that's going on at your house.
Yeah.
The more you kill spiders, the more you're gonna deal with pests.
Yeah, honestly.
And spiders
Honest to
aren't
God.
pests. They'll literally sit in the same spot forever. They won't multiply. They'll literally just chill.
Just be there.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying this experience? You know, you just show up in the middle of the night, just saying what's up.
Feel like it's a good pod.
We're just doing our shit. You know what I'm saying? We're fucking. You know.
Appreciate you being here, listening.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's awesome. Giving your 2 cents.
Well, and two, like she's gonna. You're probably gonna be on pod one day. Yeah, she got some shit going on.
You should. I think everybody, honestly, and this is not even a hot take. I think this is genuinely my opinion. I think everybody should hop on a pod one time, just so that way they can explain themselves, right?
Yeah, we gotta set it up soon for sure.
Everybody should get on the pod so that way they get at least an opportunity, whether it be one time or multiple times, at least one time to just explain themselves and be like, look, this is what's up with me.
What I do, bruh.
Yeah, like this is what's up with me. You know, it's. I think it's a, you know, especially for people that do it a lot. It's like it's a very therapeutic thing that these microphones and cameras bring to people. And sometimes it gets messy for sure. And sometimes people say this, people say that, but
I want drama. You know, that's the
at the
thing
end
too.
of the day, it's all a part of the why people like it. So
I like peace. I like peace on this
I like
podcast.
peace too.
But if you come with me with some juicy shit and you want to fucking drama some shit, I'm so down. I'm waiting for a cat fight. I'm waiting for to argue with somebody hardcore.
That's a
Like,
banger.
you have no idea.
got
I've
my-
always wanted somebody to pop up at the fucking Print Nation. Shout out to Print Nation. I've always wanted somebody to pop up at Print Nation and be like, "You motherfucker," and then we just like hash it out.
That's how you know you made it, man. Like, you know, like it's like J. Cole said, "Snakes in the grass let a nigga know that he arrived." Man, it's like ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about you unless you got motion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless people are listening to what you're saying and taking it seriously.
Right.
That's how you know people are like, "Oh, well, that bothers me." Good. Listen to the pod. Hear it out.
Right.
See what people are saying, because that's the whole point of it, whether you get mad or not. Like,
I've had a few close calls and being like, "You should get on pod and we should hash it out," but they're too scared to do that. I'm sorry, y'all are too scared because it would have happened in the first place.
People don't like public debates, bro. They don't like public debates because at the end of the day, bro, they'll get mopped up.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know, it's something that I thought. Excuse me, something that I've
a lot of politicians take this route. They don't like to debate people in a public space.
I know that I'm gonna say I'm a politician, but I like to politic.
Yeah, I
that a
know
word?
what you mean. Yeah, that's a phrase.
And I like to talk.
I say that all the time.
And I
I
like
say
to
that all the time.
argue. I like to argue a lot, but
I told my boss that.
there's
I was
something
like,
about
I'll debate
me.
you real quick.
There's something about me where it's like I don't take a lot of shit seriously.
Yeah.
And even if
I'm a
I
very
am
sarcastic
wrong,
person,
even if
yeah.
I'm wrong, I'm just like, it don't fucking matter, bro. At the end of the day, if you come correct and
doesn't
you end up being right, it's like, okay, I see your side, but at the same time, it's like, okay, you won. What the fuck you want me to do?
Yeah, in this conversation shit, there's no winning or losing.
But and that's what's hard about like this world right now is everybody wants to hate each other instead of being like, okay, you're right, I see it, and you're good, and you know it's whatever.
Honestly, if you need that dub more than I need it, bro, you can have it. I don't care about, you know, having to take L's. What's your win to loss ratio, bro?
Look, I believe
we're
that
all
the
going
Earth
out
is,
the same week we came in. Wet
I believe
and
that the
fucking
Earth
dead.
is flat, bro. I believe that there is
Talk
some
your
way
shit,
that
bro.
the planes don't fly. But like, it's one of
So
those
is
things
it-
where
is
I
this-
say that shit
so
and
let me
people are
a-
like, you're crazy,
Let
and
me
I'm
ask
like,
you this
prove
though.
it to me.
No, let me ask you this though, because
Prove it.
this is a question that I have for everybody that
Yeah.
believes that shit. Is that something that you for real believe, or is this something that like you just be saying, bro?
Okay, look, this is how I believe
Like I
this shit.
I
Okay.
don't, you know what I mean?
The whole so like the whole like the moon landing,
Right.
the whole.
Right.
Right,
I'm
this
with
whole
you on that.
space,
I'm right there with you
the
on
whole Earth being round, the
that.
whole.
You lost me.
Right. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Prove to me that it's not.
I mean, give me, let's say.
No, I want your undivided facts that you know that the Earth isn't what it is.
I could give you a lot of facts as to why the Earth is not flat.
How?
For one, the curvature. I can see it.
CGI.
I don't know if y'all see it, but I've
been
it.
on the plane.
We live
I've
on
been,
the great.
I've been on a plane, bro.
We live on the Great Plains.
I've been on
You
a
can
plane.
see it. You can see the
I've been on a
curvature
plane
of
that's
the
flat
Earth.
as shit.
And then I've been on a lot of planes too. You see it up there as well. And then also, man, like
You
if
know what?
I,
I'm
if,
gonna say this too.
if I was better at math, I would literally. There's a way that there's a lot of ways that I could show you that the Earth is not flat. If I was better at math. But you know, I'm sitting here, so I guess you got that one.
Right.
You know, but I genuinely don't. And this kind of goes into like why I asked my initial question is like, you know, and maybe it's something for me not to understand. Maybe there is like some
Right.
type of spiritual community that knows the truth or whatever. But, and I don't mean to discredit people like that. That's not right. But I also I just don't. I genuinely don't understand how people can believe this. I don't understand
Right.
it at all.
Well, it's just like this is something that people. This is something that people don't think of, and people have a hard time like having a concept about.
Right. I
Do you
get
believe
cognitive
do you
dissonance and
believe
shit
in
like that.
Jesus? Okay. Do you believe in Jesus?
Not a historical figure, but Jesus is in my heart. Yeah.
So I believe in Jesus, but whenever somebody asks you, do you 100% believe in Jesus? You can't say that. You can't say that.
I can actually say I can
believe in
though.
Jesus because here is
I can
the
say I
underlining.
believe in Jesus.
Here's the underlining reason on why you can't say you 100% believe in Jesus, because believing something means that you've seen it.
Yeah, we're kinda
believing
talking about
something
that.
is that
We were
it's
talking about
there.
that earlier.
Okay, that's why, and I'm gonna you're gonna understand. That's why whenever you talk about Jesus, you say you have faith in Jesus, because having faith in something is saying that you don't necessarily know that it's 100% true,
Right.
but I'm gonna believe it anyway. That's why I always say if you believe in Jesus, you don't say believe, you say you have faith in Jesus, because Jesus is the only person in the world, apparently, allegedly, in the world that his whole body, I'm talking his toes, toenails, skin, bones, blood, veins, everything, went to heaven. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
we die, and we get buried. We have our person here. We can say that Braxton died.
He went to hell for a little bit first.
Right.
He went and bagged all his boys up.
You can determine that it's fact. Braxton died. He is in this grave or whatever. I see him. He's dead.
Yeah, but your physical body. I see what you mean.
But if somebody says, "Hey, I'm piecing the fuck out of this world. I'm piecing my whole body out of here," there's no. That's why people have a hard time believing that Jesus is real, because Jesus doesn't exist on this earth anymore. Jesus is gone, bro.
No, I see what you mean. I think also with that stipulation added to your argument against space and also the world being round. So based off what you just told me, does that mean that you choose to believe that
I
the
don't
world is
choose.
round?
I don't choose that. And to believe that the Earth is round or the Earth is flat.
I get how that comes across, but maybe I'll say it like this: do you choose to put your faith in the fact the world's round rather than? Because you don't know either one for sure.
Right, either one for sure.
So either way, you're putting some amount of faith in what you believe.
Right.
And that's really what I was asking.
Humorously, because I really don't care if I find out the Earth is flat or round.
And that's what
I will say, when people talk about these types of concepts, it's like, prove to me that it's not. And whenever I do say that, it's hard for them to...
And we can go there, because there's a lot of conspiracy theories that I look into and that I don't believe in, but I subscribe to them to a certain amount, because there's just certain questions that are very real on this earth that we just don't know the answer to. The alien one, they're kind of making a meme out of it. Right, it used to be this thing where we really wanted to know. Now I just don't really care anymore, because it almost seems like they're playing with people's minds on that. But like the Hollow Earth shit, I would love to go to Antarctica. I would love to go to fucking. I would love to go to fucking the North Pole and see for myself, but they won't let you. Mind that they won't let you up there.
Actually, now that we're talking about this,
they want. I tried to talk to Skirt about this, and he was like, he couldn't hang with me on this conspiracy.
I'm sorry. Do you want like a pillow or something? I know those chairs fucking suck.
There's
You can get like a pillow for my bed or
There's a
something.
bunch of
And you
shit.
can sit on that shit if you want. But
yeah,
now that you say that, right?
yeah.
You would think that like people finding dinosaur bones, there would be like thousands upon millions of dinosaur bones.
Kind of.
Like a flock of birds, they up and die, right? A
So
flock
like
of birds up and die,
right,
and they're dead.
That's on the assumption that everything that dies gets fossilized,
right.
which is not true. Most 99.99% of biomass doesn't get fossilized.
But wouldn't you think that there would be more dinosaur bones found than there are now?
I think there is a lot of the dinosaur bones that are found go to like the Smithsonian archives. They get cataloged. Like there's a guy in Alaska that has a bunch of land. He has warehouses full of fucking
but like are we talking? Like what I'm trying to say is like how many Tyrannosaurus Rexes have we found?
It's very true. I don't think we've ever found a complete one.
Exactly.
But that's what I mean by 99% of biomass doesn't get fossilized. A lot of the shit gets
which
lost
is totally
into time.
fine. It's just like, but you would think that by chance, all these years of us being like finding dinosaur bones, we would find at least like 3,000.
No, I know what you mean, and also like the Denisovan, like they found a new species of humans in some Russian caves. You know
they
call
him the crocodile man.
It's the
alligator
Denisovan
guy, or reptile man, or
The
some
only
shit
thing
like
they found was a
dragon guy.
finger bone,
It's just this one skull.
and I don't think they ever found any more of them.
You want to
Never.
switch seats with me? Are you sure?
I don't think
All
they
right.
ever found. I don't think they ever found any more pieces of them. But they're like, oh,
It's a skull.
It's real.
No, it's like one skull.
they're like,
Literally
oh,
one
it's
skull.
real. It's real though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is though.
Right,
You know
it
what I'm
is,
saying? It is
yeah.
real. Even though they only found one.
My question
piece
is
of it.
like, do you think the government's like, yeah, aliens exist because we're just like, oh yeah, the bathroom's down that way too. You think like the government's like aliens exist because they're tired of us asking if they do, and they're like, you know what, fine, they're real. Fine.
I think I'm gonna try to give my most honest and real opinion on what I really believe about this whole fucking. And honestly, bro, I don't know what I believe. So what I'm about to say, don't take it with any type of grain of salt. But like, I honestly, truly believe aliens have been here for a long time. I think just crunching down the math and the vastness of space and and how fast even us as humans have developed technology, ain't no way in hell that we're the first people in the entire universe to reach this so-called pinnacle of intelligence in society. No way. Okay? And if we are, we're fucking it up. Okay? So going into like, are aliens here? Have they been here? I don't know why they would be here, but something tells me that they have been here, bro. Like, there's a lot of stuff before the government started controlling the flow of information. I don't mean to sound like a fucking tinfoil hat guy, but the government definitely controls the flow of information on these things for a good reason, because you know, some of these things that we find from outer space, bro, you can't have everybody knowing what it is, bro.
Right.
Because eventually somebody's gonna give it to whoever, and then all of a sudden you got an arms race based off of alien technology, and that's almost as fatal, I feel like, as nuclear warfare, right?
Right.
So we had to cap a little bit, which is fair. Honestly, back in the 70s, those dumbasses probably did not need to know that at all. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like they had Vietnam to worry about. A lot of the kids were turning into hippies. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just worried about other shit. And even now we're worried about other shit. And they're telling us like, hey, look, we got some shit. And people are just like, well, I gotta work tomorrow, bro. You know,
I gotta fucking work tomorrow.
I gotta fucking work tomorrow. I don't got time to worry about aliens. I don't got time to worry about Will Smith doing whatever the fuck he's doing. Like people just, I wouldn't say people don't care. We're just busy, bro.
We're too desensitized from
But I
that
think
shit
that's
now.
on purpose, though. At the same time, I think that the slow trickle of information is not by accident, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're definitely giving us little tidbits here and there. Some of this stuff is drones, too. It's not even aliens. It's fucking...
It's me, bro.
It's drones, bro. It's fucking
It's me.
Psy.
I'm just
It's
fucking-
fucking Psy out there doing fucking 30 G's in a fucking drone, dude. Like... But I don't know, man. I just think that, yeah, aliens have been here for a long time. I think if you disagree with that, then possibly you want to preserve your reputation or you're stupid. But, you know, like Elon Musk said, I don't know nothing about aliens. I get it, bro. Because if I was Elon Musk, I wouldn't be talking about aliens either. He got too much shit to worry about.
Right.
With me, yeah, aliens have been here, bro.
Always.
Always have been here, bro. They're watching us.
I think we're gonna take a little bit of a break.
I'm down.
Take a little bit of a break, and then we're gonna come back.
We'll come back to this.
All
This is
right.
a good conversation.
Yeah, 100%.
It's your boy.
We're right back. Bars.
Man, welcome back to MOSHCAST. I know we took a little break. Now we're back. You know, we're talking about aliens, which is.
I really don't know where we stopped. Actually, you know
We
what?
stopped
I'm
on
gonna
aliens.
pause real quick because I'm gonna change this seat real quick. Hold on.
He gonna change out his seat. We stopped with aliens. I know that, and you know, honestly, bro, who cares? Except for me and Sai are the only people that are really reporting on aliens. I'm telling you, if you want to know anything, we'll tell you, bro. We've been back there, you know. And,
Yeah, we've been there, bro.
Yeah, we've been back there, and honestly, it's not anything that you're expecting, you know.
I've been in there.
Yeah.
Now I do have a UFO story if you want to
Really?
hear.
So
it. Yeah.
you legit seen some
I've seen-
unidentified?
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say.
Do you like the new name for them now?
Mm.
Like the UAP as compared to the UFOs? What do you think?
What does that mean?
So now they're calling them UAPs,
Yeah.
which is unidentified aerial phenomena.
Okay, that's
But,
bullshit.
yeah, right. And
Phenomenon.
I know. And then back in the day, you used to call them unidentified flying objects, which is what UFOs are.
Right.
Which seems more accurate, right? Like,
yeah.
Unidentified aerial phenomena. I mean, yeah,
Phenomenon kind of sounds like it's just like a thing that like occurs in
they're
the
calling
weather.
it like magic almost.
Yeah, like phenomenon, like a tornado is a phenomenon.
Right. No, right.
Like a
Exactly.
hurricane is a phenomenon, or like
The
change
Chinese
in
are
weather.
not a phenomenon,
Yeah,
and they live over there. So
they live over there. Like I
I'm
feel like
kidding.
UFO is unidentified.
I'm just kidding. Some of these things might be drones, but I think that a lot
It's
of
an
it,
object,
It's
bro.
an object. It's in the sky. It's not a phenomenon. It's not something that happens through
Out of
nature.
thin air,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean by that. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Honestly,
So here's my story,
right?
and it's a shit true story. You can believe it or not. This is what happened.
No, that's what happened to you.
So a long time ago, when I was doing furniture, I was moving furniture.
Right, used to move. Yeah.
And I delivered furniture to this house on the BFE of Millshoe, so it's on the outskirts of Millshoe. Took us a while to find it, but it was a double wide. I remember everything. I'm going to go into detail because people, you know, I
You
don't
know
want
how
people.
it gets when you get out there around.
Yeah, I
them
don't want people to
double
think.
wides.
Yeah, I don't want people to think this is a shit like a dumbass story. This is actually shit. This
man.
is true. So, get to a double wide fucking mobile home, and it's in the middle of a fucking field. And we deliver this furniture. It's a bedroom set, and it's me and my homeboy. And the lady that bought it, she was still at work, and she was gonna pay us cash when we got done.
To drop it off and shit.
To drop it off and everything. So we get to the house, we unload all the shit, we build it, we put it up, and blah 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 blah. That's not the importance of the story, but we get done with the furniture. We get done with moving the shit, and I go outside for a second.
Okay.
And about this time, it was about.
You know, we're roughly like what, like 11:30.
Yeah, it was like the outside. It was like roughly like 9 something, but
Okay.
it was in October, so it was dark.
It was dark. Yeah.
It was dark
Yeah.
because you know the sun goes down around 6 o'clock in October. around
Absolutely,
there.
absolutely.
So it was dark. It was like 9:30, and I'm sitting outside taking a breather because it was hot. And I'm taking a breather, getting the cool air in. And across the highway that she lived on was a cornfield. And I was just I was just chilling, bro. I was like minding my own business. I wasn't doing anything, nothing. And I was sitting there on the porch, and all of a sudden, bro, I see a light. It was like a yellow light, about that color, that screen color right there.
Right.
It was a light about the size of a fucking Prius or a fucking eco car.
A sedan or something.
Yeah.
A sedan, not a Sudan. Sudans are African people, tall folks.
Hovering above the cornfield line. Above the cornfield
Right.
line. So
So
you're
it
talking
wasn't
about
in the sky. This was dead ass.
No,
like,
this
yeah.
is dead ass. Literally, I would say
Almost
where,
on the ground
Yeah,
then,
where
right?
I was standing, where I was sitting, to where it was at. It was probably 200 meters away from me.
And there's no possibility. And I hate to play devil's advocate, but there's no possibility of this being like tractor headlights or you know, something plausible.
The reason I say it wouldn't be
I'm only asking.
right.
Yeah, right.
It was dead ass silent. No engine running, no fucking, nothing that would make it sound like a tractor or nothing.
Right.
And I'm going to get to the end because the end is what gets me to know that it's not a tractor at all. So I'm watching this thing above the tree line, or above the cornfield line. I would say it was probably like 5 feet above where the cornfield, where the corn stalks are growing. So 5 feet above that. So it was like, it looked like he was navigating a little bit. No sound. There's no sound at all. Nothing. It was just a light up above the fucking cornfield.
Right.
And the reason I say it's not a fucking tractor or anything, one, no sound. And right at the end of me fucking seeing this shit.
It takes off?
No. It dips. It dips into the fucking corn. Dips into it.
Yeah, at that point, I'm getting
not a turn, not a turn, not a fucking up. A fucking it goes, stops, and dips.
It's almost like it took a left turn if it was flat on the ground.
Right. And I was like, oh shit. I told my homeboy, and he was like, bullshit. I was like, no, for real, I fucking saw that shit. I saw it. Right. So, give or take 5 years. Right. I'm doing the newspaper now. And the newspaper, so Millshoe, Freona, Hereford, Dimmitt, they're kind of in the same vicinity.
The Globe News.
Yeah. And I'm doing the Globe News for them. And I'm driving from Hereford to Dimmitt. Dimmitt's the closest, or I would say Hereford's the closest to Millshoe. But
that's correct.
It's a triangular thing where you can get to Dimmitt to Millshoe.
Yeah, it depends on what road you take,
And I'm driving to Dimmitt from Hereford, and I'm just cruising down. I'm just cruising, and guess what I see?
Same shit.
Not the same shit, bro.
You saw the same shit?
But I saw a yellow light, same as the color of that.
Right.
Probably 50 feet above my car, hovering past the highway to a different field.
Right.
I'm not saying it's going to a field. I'm not saying any of that. Because when I was driving, I saw it. And I thought it was the fucking moon. I thought it was a fucking light, but it was moving like a plane. Right. And I was like, this motherfucker looks, and it took me a second to figure out, this is something I've already seen, bro.
Yeah.
This is something I've already seen. And it's hovering past me, and then it turns off. It doesn't just disappear. The light just disappears in the sky.
And there's no way that was like a spotlight. That was a low flying air. No way.
I'm talking like when.
And I'm not trying to debunk you. I'm just asking you real questions.
Right.
Like,
when you see a bulb of light, when that bulb of light is on.
I've seen.
And when you turn a fucking light off, it just disappears.
Right.
That's what happened. Bulb of light 50 feet above me, and it just fucking disappears. It doesn't go off into the distance. It fucking literally turns off. The light is gone. Like, if I was to look at it, if I was to be driving and I see it still, it would probably be 50 feet away from me, and it just, turns off like a light switch. Yeah. Right? I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm tripping out because I've seen this shit before.
I'd be dripping the fuck out, too. Especially if this is the second time I've seen these damn things. Look, so my thing is
well, the story's not over. So tell us that.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely finish the story. Yeah. I want to hear the rest of this.
So, give or take a few more years, bruh. I would say it was a little bit closer than what it was from the newspaper to that one, that story. I would say maybe two more years after that incident. I'm in Dimmitt, bruh, and my newspaper route. There's a house that's kind of on the outskirts of Dimmitt, but it's inside of Dimmitt where it's like there's a street, and then I go to this house that's out there, and I throw the paper. It's probably like maybe a mile out of Dimmitt.
Out of the way, yeah.
So I go to this house, right, and it's usually pitch black because it's in fields. It's just a field.
Right.
There's a highway, and then there's just fields.
I've been out there, yeah.
So I'm driving and stuff, and I see this light, and I'm like, okay, cool. It's probably like a house light or something.
Right.
And as I get closer to it, it gets bigger. It's like a house, like a light to a house. It stays the fucking same size, but like I'm getting closer to this thing, and it's getting bigger. It's getting Prius size.
Not the.
It's already in the back of my head. I'm like, this motherfucker's already back doing some shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably have some type of PTSD from seeing these things.
Right. So I'm cruising, and I almost get to the house, And the reason I stopped, because I stopped at this point. I slow it
At
down.
this point, it's the third time we're friends at this
Right,
point.
right.
Right.
So the reason that I stopped is because there's a house right before the house that I throw paper.
Yeah.
And I thought that this light was a part of that house. They got like a pole or something. And as I get to that house, I notice that it's not a part of that house. It's literally,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's in the middle of the field. I will say it's probably 25% of the field off the highway, literally just hovering over the fucking field, bruh. And to say it's a fucking like a light, like a little light for a highway.
Right.
It's not even on the highway. That's the thing. It's right in the fucking middle of the fucking.
It's one of those goals. I mean, two things. So, like, farmers have been reporting the ghost lights so much out there in their fields that it became a joke on cars.
Right.
So that's why I was asking you. I was like, "Is there
Hey,
any
it might
way?
be.
Is there? Well, that's why I'm asking you, right? It's like,
Yeah.
is there any way that this could be like some type of spotlight, some type of reflect? I don't know.
Well, the thing
I
is,
don't know.
I'm not saying that it couldn't
And
be.
this is no discredit to you because honestly, like these experiences, there's a lot of them.
Right.
People
Right.
see these things all the time.
Yeah, 100%.
Not all the time, but people. I should say it like this: people have seen these things. People I know. You know, I know one other guy that's had a very
Right.
intimate experience with just seeing something he couldn't explain. Right. And I'm always the one to ask because, like, look, if you're out here seeing aliens, bro,
Right.
my life is, I don't know, not what it seems, right?
Yeah.
You know, so-
And like, I'm not saying that it wasn't that, but it's coincidence that I've seen it 3 times.
yeah, that's my
It's
thing.
coincidence that I went because it wasn't at a specific time, but
Right,
at this the
right.
last time that I saw it was really late.
Yeah,
it was about like
it's
2:30,
evening time,
3:30 in the
that's probably
morning.
when you notice them,
Yeah.
probably the most.
And
During
so
the day, they have camouflage.
Right,
bro.
right.
Ain't no way you're gonna see a UFO during the day.
Right.
Bro. Anyway.
And so I'm stopped in my car, and at this time I'm like, all right, it's either I fucking figure out what the fuck this shit is or I don't.
I kind of feel
know?
that response. I feel that.
So
Because it's the
I'm-
third time you're
yeah,
seeing this
third
shit.
time.
I'm like, bro, I got to figure this out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta figure it out. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I have no time on my hands. All the time in the world is
Bro,
what I
yeah,
got.
I got time today.
I don't
bro.
give a fuck. I got all the time. in the
I
world
got
today.
time today.
I'm outside, bro.
I'm outside.
outside.
Y'all outside? What's up?
So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna drive to it.
go
I'm
find
gonna
out.
go. I'm gonna drive to it. I'm gonna
Nah,
get in my
you should.
car, bro.
That's you real
I'm
for
gonna
that.
figure
You real
it
for
out.
that. I would have done the same shit. I would have done the same
So
shit.
I started driving to it, bro. And the closer I got, the bigger it got.
Yeah.
And right as I was gonna fucking park my car to walk the destination of maybe 100 meters, 200 meters to this fucking light, it turns off. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You know, and
And
200 meters.
You're not drinking or nothing.
No, I'm not
like-
drinking nothing. I'm sober as
That's
October,
another
bro.
question.
Yeah, I'm sober as October, but
Okay.
you know, 200 meters. I put my flashes on. I try to look. I can't see shit.
Right.
It's dark as fuck out there.
It's
you know
very,
what I'm
it's
saying?
very dark
Yeah.
out there.
Once
very
that
dark.
light turned off, it was pitch as fucking
Yeah, you
black.
can't
Except
see-
for
you
my
can't
headlights
see-
on my
yeah.
car. That's all I got.
You can't see shit.
At that moment, I try to flash my brights. I can't see shit in the field, and I'm like, all right, I gotta duck.
Right.
So I just do my shit. I go back to the house.
Yeah, I would have
throw my
dipped as
paper,
soon
and I
as
fucking
that
leave, bro.
happened. Yeah, I would have got the fuck
But you know, to say that I haven't seen a UFO compared to not seeing a UFO,
Right.
I don't know, bro.
No, this
I don't
is
know.
why I can't ever discredit on, and I can only ever ask questions because you know for you to sit here and act like you didn't see something is like hell, right? It's like it's a torture that a lot of people have gone through, you know,
Right.
because of the scrutiny of like you know you get discredited. It's not even really about them protecting secrets. Some people genuinely believe that the UFO phenomena is some kook fringe theory that it's like they treat it like it's flat earthers or
Right.
something.
Right.
No offense, right? But like they treat it like that.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that because like I was kind of spilling on earlier, the statistics of it don't add up. You
Right.
know?
Right.
And so like I like hearing your story is incredibly compelling. Don't get me wrong, but I have to ask questions. But also, man, like shit, if you saw something, dude, like
That. But also, I will say this: that's those 3 times are the only times,
Yeah.
and probably the only times I'll ever have that phenomenon happen.
Right. So let's have a really interesting kind of like dive into this little UFO thing because there's some questions I have, and there's also things that throughout like the whole phenomenon, right? Because Joe Rogan's always talking about the UFO shit and fucking it. All of this seems like some type of psychological operation.
Right.
But it's been going on for well before I was alive.
Yeah.
So like we get things like we get the Roswell story, we get the kids in Africa all telling the same story, saying that like they saw some shit for real. You know?
Right.
We have all these things. We got like even something as weird as crop circles, right? Like remember whenever the people were
and even
crop
then they
circles.
still haven't debunked how the fuck
So
this shit's
they've
going
debunked
on.
a lot of those crop circles.
You think so?
But some of them they can't debunk.
Right.
The crop circle phenomenon, which is an actual phenomenon.
Right.
They debunked some of them. Some of them were pranks, but there's other ones that are so intricate and
That's what I'm
that
saying.
are so you can't do it in a night. And not only can you not do it in a night, the way that these crops were broken, you can't by human hand you can't break them like that.
Right.
Because they're perfectly split at the very bottom. It's like something like that.
Something crazy.
Something wild. So some of these crop circles we don't know. But all these phenomena, that we've heard about, people talk about the Bermuda Triangle, people talk about, all these things. And it's like, for our government to come out and say, hey, look, we got craft, and not only do we got craft, we got bodies too.
Right.
And for nobody to care or for nobody to give a fuck, to me, it's incredibly. It could be worrying because it could be like, well, maybe not anybody cares, but I don't think that's what's happening at all. I think literally we've known about this, and the government's trying to now say it in a government official way. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, they couldn't say, hey, we recovered this in a government official way without people, without the Russians, without anybody freaking out or doing some shit. But now we're in a weird political climate where there's no wars really going on. We're chilling. We got an election coming up, and we can't do any more of the other stuff that we've been doing, So let's do aliens.
Right.
And people have been saying for decades now that look, at a certain point in time, the government's gonna try and bamboozle you into thinking that aliens just got here. People have been saying this for decades, that the government was going to fake some type of alien
well, that blue
invasion
beam
or
shit.
something. Right, it's that Project Blue Book shit or all those things, right?
Project Blue Book.
Bro, it's all those things, right? I used to be a savant on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to really, really care. Now I don't care so much. I kind of take the Joe Rogan stance, where a lot of these theories are fun to me, and I genuinely have fun listening to people talk about them and stuff like that. But like, how much and how far am I willing to put my trust into the government to where I'm gonna let them tell me whatever? No, I mean, I'm sorry that I just think that I know that they're telling the truth, but it's definitely an agenda behind how they're releasing the information about what they have, the beings that are here, and also just what technology did they get from it. Because if you're a country that's smart, you got two massive rivals. Why are we gonna sit here and say, hey, look, we got a new propulsion system from these things.
Right.
We're not gonna tell anybody that.
No, 100%.
We're not gonna tell anybody that, bro. I wouldn't.
No
You know
way.
what I'm saying? So no shot.
Yeah.
And honestly, why does everybody think that America's the only place with the UFO problem? No, we're the only ones that talk about it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All over the world, they've seen these things. It's not just us. In Americans, you're not special for us having the UFO problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Chinese have seen them. The Russians have seen them. Guarantee you they've seen them in the Middle East. Guarantee you they've seen it because all the military activity there, like all these things, Europe, everybody's seen them. We're the only ones that are talking about it. Why? That's the only question I have.
Right.
Why? I think maybe we're the ones that know the most about it. So maybe governments all over the world can trust us. If it trickles out of the U.S. first, then we can talk about it after they get done. You know what I'm saying? So maybe something like that. But yeah, I don't think I'm not taking everything that they're saying like at face value and believing it. Like, oh, these two guys just want to tell us about the UFOs because they're good men, and the Congress is gonna have a sit down with them, and we're gonna sort it all out. Bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
Bullshit, bro. Since when has it ever worked like that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like even with the Facebook thing, whenever they called Mark Zuckerberg's bitch ass up there to fucking talk about how he sold people's information to Russia.
Right.
He was like, you don't really know that much about privacy though.
Right.
You know, he just kind of
No,
sat there
but,
and bamboozled him.
I don't know if you know this.
Like, what is?
You know we're gonna get some money off that shit, right?
I've heard this. So like, my mom also tried to get me to sign up for like I guess they're doing some type of payouts, right? Because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've never received any type of notification that my information got sold, and I can't say that I needed one.
They're putting it under wraps. So if you've used Facebook, I might be wrong, but
Right.
if you've used Facebook from 2007 till now,
Yeah, which I definitely have.
then you can sign up and get some type of cash money on. It might not be a lot. It might be $35. It might be something, but
So
you'll get something out of it.
it's like some fucking like mesothelioma shit, like where
Yeah,
it's like you're on
yeah.
here from certain time to certain time. You're
100%.
entitled to compensation.
Yeah, compensation, bro. It's gonna be a lot. I don't think it's gonna be but I've heard people saying that they're gonna get a couple $100.
I mean, I saw one guy at Fast Eddie saying, "Hey man, he was like stressing out about. It's like I need to get my shit in there so I can get this money." I'm like, "What do you?"
I think the due date's the 25th of August.
Right. I'm honestly not even fuck. I'm not even gonna fuck with it, man. I deleted my Facebook a while back, and honestly, bro, if they sold my information back in 2009, what's $200 gonna really do for me, bro?
$200 though.
I mean, you're not lying.
$200, bro. That's
But is
a lot
that
of
worth
shit.
is that worth your privacy and your security? I don't know if that's a good
I'm gonna
payout.
say it's like but here's the thing. I don't think they're gonna be on our security anymore. I think it's just like you said, the mesothelioma shit. I
Right.
think it's like, hey, you done this, then let me know, and I'll pay you off.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. Settling out of court is what they're trying to do.
Right. They definitely settled out of court. They definitely had some type of money money number involved.
So now, but are we trusting Meta just to say, hey, we won't do this again? Or did because I don't really remember them actually getting punished for
I don't
it.
think we're trusting them. I'm thinking the more they do
and there's
this
still no
shit to
government
us-
regulation
right.
on none of this.
I feel like the more they do this shit and they get fucked over, I'm gonna milk every fucking penny they got.
I mean, same. I've also heard this weird theory. Well, not theory. It's actually some true shit because how most companies operate in America is that they want some type of government program, right?
Right.
It's like the banks that are too big to fail.
Yeah.
You know, like they can't. Whenever these banks fuck up, they have to pay them back, or else the economy would collapse. AT&T has a similar deal, and so does a lot of Fortune 500 companies have a deal with the government, so that way, like if their business fails, the government's going to buy them out. Tech companies don't, for a very specific reason, is because people think that the tech companies and the government are at odds, but really what it is, it's like the tech companies are in a lot of ways bigger than what the government is, like
Right.
as far as influence and stuff like that. But the government's going to always regulate how you allow people to talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? So like if people are out here being censored to the fucking gills, then that's unconstitutional, right? So what the tech companies ultimately want is that government program to where, like, look, if we fail, we're going to need y'all to buy us out. That's a very bad thing because a lot of our tech companies in America, bro, I'm not even afraid to say this, are compromised, though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They're compromised.
100%.
I'm not going to go into spiels about who and where all this money comes from and where all this money's going and these drugs and all these shits and why everybody's on uppers whenever you work in corporate. I'm not going to go into all that. But all I'm saying is like AT&T, a lot of these telecom companies and all these people that are like the biggest lobbies in America, they're compromised.
Oh yeah.
They're compromised.
Yeah.
You
They're
know?
compromised because one specific thing only, and you can say, oh, it doesn't run the world, but it does, and that's fucking money, baby.
Definitely.
Money, baby. That's all it is.
Money and influence.
Yeah.
You know?
Money and influence. That's all. That's what, and it's crazy to fucking talk about, but that's everything that is the worst that gets involved in whatever the fuck it has to do with money.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy at work earlier. He was like, he's like, man, if I was rich, man, all I would get me is he said, all I want is a couple Subarus because I like the all-wheel drive. He seems real wholesome, but he's like, all I'd get me is a couple Subarus and a 4-bedroom house if I had all the money I wanted. And I was like, yeah, right, bro.
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
bro.
fucking right, dude.
Yeah,
you know, most people that win the fucking lottery end up dead or broke, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think the actual statistic is actually crazy.
I'm not gonna get into specifics.
But it's a wild statistic. Like the people that win the lottery always end up fucked up.
I won't get into specifics, but in my lifetime, I've
Right.
had a substantial amount of money in my bank account, and it was gone within 6 months.
Right.
I'm not gonna say it was a couple grand. I'm talking
I know what you mean.
substantial.
I know what you mean.
Amount of money.
Where do you think that comes from? Right. It's
Like what do you mean?
So like the best way I could say this, because I too have that same fucking, I wouldn't call it an issue, but I have that same thing that goes on whenever I have money, right? So what is that? What do I mean by where does that come from? Oh, like, is that like a thing where you didn't have nothing, so now you feel like you have to spend it? Is it a thing where it don't roll over, so you got to spend it now because you can't take it with you?
Right.
Is it a thing where you're like, I want it, so I got it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or is it just what is that thing
So
for you? I can tell you what it is for me,
yeah.
but what is it for you?
My mentality whenever I had that money was, I've had money.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I had that amount of money in my bank account, but at some point in time, I had money where I never thought I would have that money in my account before, and I saved it, and I continued to save it until I decided to use it, and when I did use it, it was gone. I'm not gonna say it was a lot of money, but it was enough money to get where I was at, you know. And so me growing up broke,
Yeah.
and then me having this amount of money,
Preach.
made me feel like I accomplished something. When I got this amount of money, right, it was just, hey, this boom. I was like, you know what? I'm almost 30.
Yep.
I could maybe invest this amount of whatever into something or whatever, or I could do the things that I've dreamed of and probably won't ever do again. And that's what we did. That's what I did. I was like, you know what?
Gonna fucking do too.
I was like, you know what? Like, it was the first time I ever been on a plane.
Yeah, I fucking
First
did.
time ever in my life to be on a fucking plane and fly that much. I've flown for a year. Not this year, but last year, I've flown to different parts of America.
Yeah.
4 times. 4 times.
So my question too, on top of that, to piggyback, and I'm gonna let you finish. Like, how much of that, if any, how much of that do you think you regret, or you could take back, or you could change? You could probably say you'd do something different.
I sit here where I'm at today, being like, maybe I could have got like another car.
Yeah.
That's the only regret that I have. Buying another car.
I'm in the same boat.
But I will
don't
say,
have too many regrets over
yeah,
stuff like that.
I don't.
Yeah.
Honestly, money's gonna come and go, and I want people to understand this. And I hope in your lifetime,
that's a good point.
you get to have that experience, to have just to be free for just a moment,
Even just a fucking
just
moment.
a moment.
Like 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5
Yeah,
months.
whatever.
Even if you get 6 months where you just get financial freedom, you're gonna cherish that shit.
Look,
for the rest of your life.
and here's the thing too, and I want people to understand this. I'm not trying to say to spend all your money in one place.
And money won't make you happy.
Yeah,
I
money
promise
won't
you that.
make you happy 100%.
Promise you that.
Bills will come and go, however the price. And if you want to save that money to pay your bills for however long, extended amount of time, whatever, that's on you.
It is.
But
on
I
you.
will say, if I'm comfortable in my job that I have,
Yep.
and I can spend the time with my family and the people that I love with this amount of money or whatever, I'm gonna fucking do it 100,000,000 times over.
Because
a million times over.
Because success is not measured by how much money is in your pocket.
Right.
Success is not measured by how much respect you got by people that aren't even your peers. Like, happiness and success are not measured by such like stupid metrics, bro. Success honestly is measured by something very much more subjective than that.
Right.
It's like if you can live with it, and you can put a smile on your face, I think that's the definition of success. I see a lot of really happy broke people,
Right.
and a lot of really deeply broken, upset,
Rich
bogged
folk.
down not even rich folks, bro. Like, rich folks for sure.
Just
Rich
people
folks for
that
sure.
throw money out.
Yeah, but people that
people
just got
can
money.
throw.
Yeah, people just got money. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like now the wealth gap is insane. Now that we got these billionaires out here
Yeah.
and shit.
No,
But, like,
I know people that have a pretty successful career,
right,
and they
They're
have
good.
money to throw
Yeah,
every weekend or whatever.
and it
I've
always
seen
seemed
it.
like they got something to fucking complain
yeah.
about.
Yeah,
And you know what? I don't mean to say that to like what should I say, like to devalue the feelings of a person that has money, right? Because at the end of the day, they're just as human as I am, and they have problems like I do. But I would say that, you know, if you're upset and you have money, I think that it's probably because you're naive maybe, or
Right.
ignorant, and you're not putting your resources in the place that would make you happy.
right.
Money's not going to make you happy. But putting it in the right places will.
I will say this too, and this is gonna get kind of deep.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be real,
No,
because
listen.
this is exactly what happened to me while I was in this little fucking happy place. Because you know, whatever. We don't have to get into that, but I grew up poor. You know, like I said, I grew up not having. I grew up eating sandwiches on the weekends.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we didn't fucking. You know what I'm saying? And I was a movie kid, bro. I watched movies. You know what I'm saying? My parents worked their asses off, and they worked as much as they could to support our family. So, yeah, on the weekends we didn't do a whole bunch,
Yeah.
and on the weekends they probably worked.
And honestly, like
And,
you
you know-
were raised by pop culture.
Yeah, I was raised by fucking. I'm a latchkey kid. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. I'm a latchkey kid. If you don't know what that is, it's a kid that just had time on their hands because their parents worked all the time.
Same. Middle
That's all it
child.
was.
Middle child.
And bro, like, I might get a little emotional, but last year I went to Disney World, bro.
Shit.
Yeah, and like I had my daughter there, and it was the first time she went, so like she had the time of her life, bro. Like it was just Disneyland to
Yeah.
her. I mean, she was 5.
But it was you know what's crazy? It was Disneyland to you too.
It was Disneyland to me, bro. And like I was 27. You
Come
know
on
what I'm
now.
saying?
Come on.
I
now.
was 27 years old,
Tell
and I
me.
went to Disneyland.
Tell
And,
me.
and you know how they do the
Magic still exists.
the
bro.
fireworks and shit, bro.
Yes, bro. Yes,
Bro, when you wish upon a fucking star there, bro, like when you see that shit on TV and you're like, as a kid, bro,
I need to go.
man.
I need
Come
to
on,
go.
man. As a kid, and
I
then
need to go.
27 years later,
That magic
being
is
like,
still alive,
and you
yeah.
see it in real life, bro. That's some child healing, bro.
That's cathartic. Like you fucking let something out
yeah.
from deep within your childhood. Honestly, I need to go for that same experience. I feel like I'll probably have a very similar experience.
And you know, it's just fireworks. It's just a place.
It's
It's
more
just
than that. It's more than that,
bro.
though.
And it was crammed, and I was
more than
hot and sweaty as fuck. But then when that shit fucking when it came, it was
I know, bro. I'm
Something
feeling
else,
that
bro.
as you're saying it. Bro. I'm feeling that as you're saying it because
it's a childhood healing thing.
no, because
for some people.
Theo has a very similar like take on this, and I was talking to you kind of about this with me yesterday, the same kind of thing. But he was like, you know, he said Theo explains it kind of like this, like I feel so childish and shit all the time, and now that I'm grown up and I'm fucking past, you know, being a young person. I mean, he's not even that old, but he says it like this. He almost feels like mad that.
Right.
Like there's this young child inside of him just pissed off because he's like, you know, this kid, he just didn't get to do nothing.
Yep.
And he's just mad
Yep.
that you didn't get to go out and do stuff, you know.
And I don't give a fuck. You could be fucking 20. You can be fucking 50. No one gives a shit
Yeah.
if you go outside and you enjoy yourself.
Exactly. That's the one thing that nobody can take away from me, and I really figured that out during the pandemic, bro. Spent a lot of time outside during the pandemic. A
Right.
lot of time.
Right.
Because that's all I truly had. I mean, like there were some parts during that shit where it was just really just me and my dog, bro. And honestly, it wasn't even that bad because I was understanding that freedom doesn't lie in your ability to go to the restaurant, doesn't lie in your ability to fly wherever you want or all this shit. Your freedom your freedoms, where they really lie, is your ability to go outside
Yeah. Yeah, your ability to fucking
and
just
go and just
walk
be
out.
outside, bro.
There's multiple times. I will attest to this. There's multiple times a month where I just be like, oh, I'm a fucking adult and I can do these things.
Facts,
Bro. Like,
facts, dude.
I have a 6-year-old daughter, and
Yeah, I was gonna say with your daughter, bro. You probably you
Yeah.
have to catch yourself more than I do.
I see a lot of things, bro, and I get taken back a little bit because, like, we'll go to the store, bro,
Yeah.
and she's like, hey, can I get a fucking candy? Can I get a fucking toy?
Yeah.
And
Part of you wants to be like, hell yeah, let's
well,
get it.
here's the thing. My daughter is not spoiled for at all means.
I know what you mean.
She knows, like, hey, like,
But you
know,
probably still have that childlike thing in your heart where you're like, yeah, like,
Bro,
let's fucking get us some,
dude,
get some candy.
100%,
Get us
bro.
some fucking candy, some toys.
and I'm like,
Like, get us some candy.
yeah,
and some
like,
toys.
I'm
Not,
like,
not
I'm
even
like,
just you.
I'm
like,
thinking in the back of my head, being like, hey, I've been to Walmart before when I was her age.
Oh,
Like,
come
hey,
on.
mom, can I get a candy? Not today.
you got candy money?
And it's not my parents' fault. I want everybody to understand it. It's not your parents'
We got
fault,
candy at
bro.
home.
It's not your parents' fault, bro. It's just
It's
the
not,
way
it's
they
not.
fucking. It's the way it was, and
That was a big pill for me to
Right.
swallow, and for a long time I didn't want to.
It's just the way it was, bro.
I wanted to I wanted to blame my mom for everything, bro.
It does suck. It
I
sucks, man.
I really did. I really wanted to put it all on her and be like, look, this is why life sucks.
Right.
But you know what I realized, bro? That shit that you're saying right there. She did the best she could with
did the
what
best
she
she could.
had. And you know
Let me
what?
say something
She
else.
did a damn good job.
Were you the first kid?
I'm the middle child.
You're the middle
I'm
child?
The middle child, yeah.
I want you to remember something, man. Your fucking parent was growing up too.
Yes, exactly, bro.
Your
My mom
parent
had
was
me. My
growing
mom had
up
me when
too,
she was
bro.
19, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You
Your
know what I'm
parent
saying?
was growing up too.
Yeah.
I had my daughter when I was 21.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I was growing up, but like I knew what I wanted to do for my child
Right.
that my parents didn't do.
But even at 21, you're still growing.
I'm still growing, bro.
Still growing.
Like I said, just on this pod, I'm going to therapy, bro.
To this
I'm
day.
28 years old.
To this day, my mom preaches. She's like, I'm 45 years old. And sometimes I just gotta look at her like, bro, you still got a ways to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
So
it's
like
just,
going to the store, and my daughter's like, "Hey, can I have a candy?" Dude, I'm like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Because what is $2? Like right now, like, yes, we're in an economic crisis
Right.
and we're fucking struggling. But when are we not struggling, bro?
No, that's G shit.
And what the fuck is $2 gonna do to me?
That's G shit.
You know what I'm saying?
There's like a twofold path. There's a twofold path, not to be on my Buddha shit, but there's a twofold path that you can take there whenever she asks you for something from the store. It's like, philosophically, what's the better lesson, right?
right,
To learn and understand and live with rejection.
right,
That's a great lesson.
right.
But also, another lesson is to that my family loves me, and if I need something, I can always ask for it.
Right.
There's two lessons, and it's like I feel like I'm not a parent, and I don't plan to be until I'm at least 35, right? But I think that the more valuable lesson nowadays is I mean, I don't know, I can't really tell which one's more valuable.
So
I almost said the rejection
right,
one.
right.
But
Here's the
I couldn't
this
live
is
with
gonna get
myself
deep.
if I said
This is
that.
getting deep as fuck because this is how I will live my life. I'm probably gonna get emotional because I see these things on a daily basis.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
When there's a fine line. There's a fine line between parents and children.
Right.
Right. And you can either raise them how you were raised, because that's how you were raised, or you can raise them and show them
And just be conscious
and just be
instead of being
and,
a drone.
right, and just show them like, oh, life is just not this. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, abuse, spanking, cussing,
You know how
whatever
many-
it is, bro.
you know what's crazy?
Alcohol.
How many
whatever.
generations did that shit slide before they started
So
to
many,
figure it out?
So many. Dude,
You know, I think like it's 50, 60 years
Bro.
where they were just sliding
Bro.
on their kids, bro.
just sliding it up, just like,
Fucking them up, dude.
and I see it a lot with the generation that I was born into,
Right.
Because I see and I say children because I'm a child too.
Yeah.
I see children that are
Yeah.
my age being like, I'm gonna raise my kid how I was raised, bro, and I'm like, bro, no,
You doubling down on the generational curses that
Two.
were passed on to you. Yeah.
2 years old was the first time I spanked my daughter,
Yeah.
and 2 years old is when I stopped.
Yeah.
I have
I
never.
agree with you.
And this is a hot topic for a lot of parents.
It is a hot topic.
I have never made a reason to spank my kid.
Right.
There has never been a reason
You want to know why that is?
to physically do that to my child.
You want to know why that is? And a lot of people would probably disagree with me right now, but the reason why you found yourself in that situation is because ultimately you're a good communicator.
Right.
If you're able to effectively communicate the lessons that you're trying to teach your child with your mouth and possibly with your emotions
Right.
and how you come
Your
across.
child cannot express.
Your child's not, but they're also not stupid. So like if you're able to really break it down, like maybe terrible 2, terrible 3 is going to be a different situation. But like if your child's 5 or 6 years old and you're having to whoop their ass every day just to keep them
In line?
then the problem's not your child.
No, it's not.
Unfortunately,
Guess what it is? It's the way you fucking rose
it's the
them.
way you talk to them. It's the way
It's the way you fucking took care of them as a child, bro.
learn that.
And I'm sorry.
And it's more than that.
That's the
it's
hard
also
fucking truth.
it's crazy too. It's also the way that you act around them. No, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
If you're gonna beat your fucking wife or beat your fucking husband around them, guess what's gonna fucking happen?
Look, let me tell you this: real game, like having something to you, it's not taught. It's caught. You know what I'm
Caught.
saying? You catch.
They
that
absorb
shit,
that
like
shit,
the
bro.
flu,
They eat that shit up.
like the fucking flu.
Dude,
You
their
know what I'm saying?
brain is fucking growing.
Half the time, whenever you teaching them something, they ain't listening. But whenever you're not paying attention to them, and they looking at you like, "What's she doing over there? What's she doing over there?" And she's she's screaming. She got what she wanted. Oh, okay, then that's what I do.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
like, it's
I've
these
been-
things.
and that's the thing. I've been in those situations
Me
where
too,
I'm
me
at
too.
Walmart and my daughter is throwing a fit. I want everybody to understand.
And what do you
this.
do? What do you do
They
whenever
are
your kids?
a number, not two numbers. We haven't hit 3 numbers. We don't go to
Okay.
107 probably.
Right.
I would say if they're in the fucking teens, maybe they should learn their fucking lesson. Not spanking,
Definitely,
but they
and it's
should
up to you.
understand.
It's up to you to teach it to them by then. So
But they are a number of years old, where it be
Right.
1 to fucking 9, bruh.
right.
They cannot communicate the shit that they feel to you like me and you are talking right now.
Exactly.
My daughter,
And too
I'm
many of
pretty
these
sure it
parents,
was
too
like,
many of these parents are assuming their kids are slow because they haven't taught them how to talk yet.
yeah, she had to
I've
be
seen
like
that.
2 or
I've seen
3.
at least 3, bro. I've seen at least on 3 different occasions where. And I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say this. But I've seen on 3 different occasions where they're like, I think we're gonna have to take him to the doctor because, like, all he knows how to do is like yell and stuff.
Right.
How about you read a fucking book to your kid?
How much time?
How much time have you spent talking to your child?
Yeah. How many times has your kid heard you yell, bro?
Come on now. Like, what's the deal? Your kid's not dumb. You're just not teaching them nothing.
Yeah.
You're just not teaching them nothing.
You know why? You know why kids grow up talking like a baby when they're fucking 4 or 5?
Man.
Because they, and again, hot topic.
Hot topic.
Because
It's
the
very
parent talks to them like a fucking baby.
like a
bro.
baby, dude.
Oh, you win, you win, you win,
Like
you
a
win,
baby.
you win. You know, when my daughter was
Man.
born, even when she couldn't talk, and this is just me, bro. This is just a me thing. When she couldn't talk, I talked to her like a fucking person.
Exactly.
You know,
And
I
that's
love you.
Yes.
I hope you have a great day.
Yes.
Kids have days, bruh. Kids have days.
Kids have.
I hope you have a great day, bruh.
Kids have.
I
hella
love
days.
you. Now, I love you. You want your pacifier. You
Fuck
want
no.
your fucking.
Kids have real life
Yeah.
days, and you know what's crazy about the days that kids be having? You know what's crazy about a kid's day, bro? Kids' days are wild, right? Because I know we've all had like
Yeah.
you remember some of the wildest kids' days that you ever had. You don't ever come home and tell your parents about it. You know what I'm saying? Like what's weird about kids, right? Is they'll go through some of them, most of them their whole lives, but not most of them, but some of them their whole lives. But a lot of kids go through the first 18 years of their life just hiding shit from their parents. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like as small and fragile as kids are, they're smart.
Yeah.
If they don't want you to know something, bro, they're gonna lie to you, and they'll be damn good at it too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like And that's just human nature. You know what I'm saying? Because like if your child is, I won't say that your child shouldn't be afraid of you a little bit, bro, because as a respect thing, and that's just old fashioned of me and how I was raised. But also like if your kid's like too afraid of you, you got a rebellious spirit on your hands, because
100%.
kids and humans in general are meant to be free, bro.
No, definitely.
We're not meant to be held down and told what to do and fucking
That's why,
like shit like that, bro.
And you've seen it too. That's
We're
why.
meant to follow some rules for sure.
That's why I
but,
asked my
like,
daughter
come on,
everything
man.
that she's done.
True.
Well, how was your day? What'd you
Good
do at school?
conversation. Good conversation. What's up?
Well, she just got into a new school. So you got friends? What are they? What's their name?
How they acting?
Yeah.
It's
How they
funny.
acting? And you know what's crazy too? I know a lot about my daughter's friends because she'll tell me like, oh, I have this so and so person that's.
That's how I am with my little
and
brother's friends.
They're
He
so and
tells
so
me about
loud
them.
or whatever
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe instead of treating them like the teacher treats,
Right.
whatever the case may be,
Right.
they're a little belligerent or whatever the fuck, whatever the case may be.
Whatever
they're just
it
a
is.
little ADHD.
Right.
What people don't like to talk about whenever kids are just loud as
They
shit in
don't wanna
school.
talk about that. They don't want to talk about that.
ADHD or whatever.
They might even back you up for saying
Yeah.
that.
But it's like, how about you treat them like a fucking person?
How about you ask them what's going on?
Yeah, how about you just be a fucking friend?
Like, dude.
Hey, how about instead of like talking shit about how they're being loud, how about you just hang out with them in the cafeteria during lunch, bruh? And that's what I tell my kid. That's what I tell my kid. Be a fucking person, bruh.
And it's bro, it's so, bro. This shit gets me. I don't even have kids, but I got I got 3 nephews and a niece. So I got 4 babies that I care about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a father by any means, but I'm big uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love my babies with all my heart, and it's like, and luckily, both of my brothers are really great fathers. But it's insane to me how much people don't care about either their own or kids in general nowadays. I went through a little phase where I'm like, yeah, I'm not having a kid because it's not really worth it to me. But I'm kind of past that phase, and it's like the only reason why I'm not having kids at this point right now is a very personal decision. Is that I'd rather be older and wiser, and I don't want to have to grow another 10 years while I'm raising my babies. You know what I'm saying? Like it just would make more sense because I don't want to be a man that my kids can't respect. That's just my only thing.
Right.
But like, it's weird how and nowadays, bro, how much people don't give a fuck about kids, bro, and it's
hard.
sick, bro.
Here, and
It's just
this is
sick as
and
fuck to me to hear men say fuck them kids.
Right.
And I'm not even conservative by any means. I think everybody has a right to their bodies, but whenever there is kids around, though, people don't care about kids, bro. They don't.
And this is where
Kids, if you're a kid and you're watching this shit, listen.
everybody's a kid.
You out. We're all kids, right? And I get that. I know what you mean by that. But no, if you're a young person watching this, bro, unfortunately nobody's coming to save you.
Right.
And honestly, a lot of how a lot of older people look at you, bro, you're one body too many on this planet. Because a lot of people think that there's too many of us around, and that's why we're all so fucking. That's why there's no resources. So like, just know that you have to educate yourself and arm yourself with knowledge, and arm yourself with the ability to soothe yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be checking for people.
You, as a person, dealing with the shit that you've dealt with as a kid, have to figure out that, you know what?
You got to figure it out.
I have to do this shit myself now.
You have to. Because ultimately, that's the real reality, right?
Why did I start working at 12 years old? Because I had to.
It's a sad reality, but
It is.
I think ultimately in life, everything to me, everything has beauty in it, right? I feel upset, kind of like what Theo Vaughn says. Like, I'm mad.
Yeah.
That
It's
I
upsetting.
have this fucking young child inside of me. That, my younger self that's full of energy. He's funny as fuck. It's all these things, and he's just mad because the fucking childhood went by too quick, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sitting here at
quick.
work. I'm sitting here at work watching TikToks about
I see
POV. You have a supporting dad.
Yo,
And I'm not
I've
saying that
seen
my
these.
like I said, I'm
so
not.
I've seen these. So
Yeah.
so there's this phenomena of it's a meme on Twitter, but I'm not really on TikTok, and I haven't really entered into this space on YouTube. But there's like the people are memeing this thing where it's, I guess these people make videos, talking like inspirational videos in the voice of like Master Chief or like
Oh,
or
yeah.
like Kratos, and it's like clean, like how to be motivated to get up and clean your room or something like that, right?
Right.
And the meme on Twitter is like, "What's wrong with men?" It's like, to me, it was kind of offensive because I'm not gonna lie. Like, for one, stay out of men's business. You know, y'all don't need to be worried about what men are watching, especially if it's something that's really personal like that. Look, if I'm looking to, because most of my idols let me down, you know.
Right.
So if all I have is Kratos, the voice of Kratos, the fucking, hey, look, if that's motivation to me, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Let me find inspiration where inspiration lies to me.
Right.
You know, I don't see the point in breaking people down. Because look, I'm gonna say it like this, and I am one of these people. If you're already at the point of having to listen to fictional characters to find inspiration in your life, maybe not judge that person and maybe just leave that person the fuck alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we should do.
Right.
Most people don't look at it that way. That person deserves to be shunned and clowned and all these things. It's like, bro, how about we just mind our fucking business and let people figure it out how they figure it out? Like,
Right.
It's so wild to me that everybody has something to say about
Some bullshit that doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter, and it's also like how people are figuring out life, bro.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna sit here and I learn more life lessons from God of War Ragnarok than I did from 18 years of living with my own family, then leave me the fuck alone. Because obviously, I'm not
been
gonna.
through shit,
I've been
bro.
through some shit. I don't need, and I
don't
don't
need
care
your
about.
fucking opinion.
Especially if my role model's Kratos, I definitely don't give a fuck what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Is that shit.
Like how many fucking kids do I know that fucking look up to fucking Goku? Bro?
Yes, bro. Come on, bro. Y'all see me, bro. I was on my One Piece shit. You see it right there. My One Piece shit, bro. And this is where it will get deep with me. Is like this One Piece shit is serious, bro.
Right.
To me, it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like these characters, they're fictional, even though they are the number one fictional selling thing of all time, more than Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. But that's besides the point. But like this shit, you know, every week, man. Like I've had some bad weeks this summer, right?
Right.
And then whenever Sunday rolls around or Saturday night when the episode comes out, for 30 minutes,
Sleep the fuck alone.
None of this shit matters.
None of it
and
matters.
leave me alone for 30 minutes so I can watch this shit and let me escape from this world of fucking, you know, just crazy
bullshit,
shit,
bro.
bro. You know what I'm saying? And this shit means a lot to people.
Yeah, 100%.
It means a lot to people.
And
I was crying to my brother on the phone. I was talking to my brother because my brother watches One Piece, and we were talking about some real life shit, and we were like, he said, bro, you know, Joy Boy's back, right? And you said that to me too, and for some reason that shit was mad emotional to me because I was like, you know, for a long time and thinking about the whole story in the anime, but also like for a long time, you know, the world goes these long periods of time without smiles,
right.
and then there's just like maybe this one
That
person,
one fucking thing.
that one fucker that just comes around and he's just like, dude. And just fucking just has people fucking laughing or just something, bro. Doing something different than what they're doing.
Like when something like that happens, it's always positive, bro.
It is positive, man. Until you know, nowadays they just kill motherfuckers like that, though, man.
Yeah.
They do. They know what I'm saying.
But like reeling it right back in, we were talking about like something that's really on my mind and like talking about kids and all this shit.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
people have to understand, parents have to understand, and me being as a parent has to understand that our kids didn't ask to be born.
Facts.
They didn't ask to be put in this life.
Facts.
We brought them in. And something that we have to understand is that we made a decision to carry this, right? And whether or not people like to because it's a really hot topic, right?
It is.
It's not a burden.
It's a very hot
but
topic.
it's something that we made a huge, ginormous decision to take care of this child.
Right.
What parents don't understand, and a lot. Now I'm gonna say a lot. Now, I'm not gonna say every parent, but the majority of the parents don't understand.
It is a majority. Yeah.
100%. I'm gonna emphasize 100%.
Double zeros, yeah.
until you fucking die, bruh. Until you are dead, 6 feet under or cremated. That child will be depending on you, bro.
And this is something that I tried to explain to my mom, and she never really understood that shit. Like whenever
there's things that
my mom's got favorites, right? Did your mom got favorites?
Yeah. Oh,
got favorites?
Yeah.
So we relate to this. My mom's firstborn and her lastborn. Those are the I guess those are the best ones, right? But me and my little brother, not my baby brother, but my little brother. Me and him have had numerous conversations about how shit just isn't the same with us two. And it's not like, oh, we're assuming stuff and we think we're special. It's like, no, like for real. Like sometimes, bro, we see this shit and like we've tried to explain it time and time again to our mom. Like, hey, look, like, you know, you're treating us different. And this is something that's been, you know, years on the thing. And now
like,
that my
hey, mom, remember this? And they're like, no. I'm like, you didn't do that to him.
Yo, and I was also like, yo, like now that my mom's sick and shit, right? It's kind of a thing where we just kind of have to chalk up all that shit to the game. Right. You know,
we do gotta remember that our parents were learning.
And that's what we were saying earlier too. But it's like, man, like I wish sometimes, and this is just genuine. Like sometimes I wish my mom was more healthier so that way I could get some shit like off of my chest. But really, at the end of the day, it's like this is teaching me a lesson about, for one, being humble, for one, taking things as they are, and not going with the flow, but just it is what it is.
Right.
And it's a very valuable lesson because there's a lot of people out there that did that. And my little brother still struggles with this. I try to tell him, like, bro, don't be getting mad at mom. I know we got things.
Right.
But at the end of the day, bro, those things you're gonna have to take that to your next life.
Right.
It's not something that
the whole thing about closure shit.
Yeah, exactly. We're just gonna have to take that to the bank, man, and it's just it eats at you though, especially when it's like family stuff and it's like, you know, there's really nothing that you can do, you know, and it makes you feel hopeless in a way. But at the same time, it's like all these beautiful moments that I've had with my mother since working on our relationship, since I've made an effort to figure these things out before I don't have time left. Because I'm getting older now, you know what I'm saying? And like you're saying, as you're getting older, so are your fucking parents. And I only have one. So, I mean, I have to build this relationship the best I can before it's too late.
Right.
And realistically, man, I don't have another decade with this woman to figure all this bullshit out.
No.
We don't.
don't.
You know, so, you know, I try to explain these things, but at the end of the day, however you treat your parents is ultimately the truest reflection of how you think of yourself.
Right. And that's how you treat your fucking kids too, if you have kids. And that's something that I am learning. That's something that I am learning as a parent.
Yeah.
But I also have to act upon. Like my child is 6.
Well,
I will have to be taking care of her until she's 18.
Well, you know what's amazing though about that though? Is like, you know, I'll sit because I don't have any of my own, hopefully yet. I do want some eventually, but like, you know, I'll sit here and complain about like, oh, there's this young angry child inside of me that's, you know, mad he didn't get the childhood and like, you know, we have to grow up now, you know, and we have to do stuff. I'll be walking around my house like, did I eat today and all this shit? It's like, you know, all that bullshit. But I feel like whenever you have a child, all those things that I'm complaining about don't really matter because you get that opportunity.
Yeah, you get the opportunity.
That little child is inside of you is no longer inside of you. They're a physical child in front of you. Right. And all those things that
you think your fucking 5-year-old child's gonna give a fuck if you buy yourself a toy when you buy them a toy, and that comes from a fucking person that deals with that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
That's real shit.
Like, who the fuck is gonna care if you're going to Walmart for groceries and your kid asks for a toy and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna buy me a toy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy me a fucking toy, bro. Like that's the shit that's emotional to me, bro. Like it's like you are an adult, but you can also experience life on a different spectrum of like, my kid gets to do this, I can too.
Yeah.
Because they don't give a fuck. You know, they just want you to be happy.
But
bro.
You know what's funny about having that heart, that childlike heart, as you get older, you start to feel like you're undeserving of those things because you're old or you're older, I guess, right?
Right.
You're like, well, no, like people start to feel like, no, like those are for the young. Like, no, man, it's not. Life is free for everybody. And there's riches in life.
You're caught up in life, bro. Go fucking take a swim.
That's why I told my boy Alex. You know what I'm saying? Like,
go match clothes, bro.
Go do you something, man. Like a lot of these people don't find out who they are until their life is broken down. You know what I'm saying? Like you hit 45 and you're like, man, what's after this? And you're like, you know, maybe my marriage is fucked up and my kids don't like me. And then that you know what's crazy about those moments? Those are the moments. Those are the most crucial moments to change everything that you're doing.
You can change.
Those are actually the only moments that you get to change everything that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever I got locked up and I lost everything I had, what my therapist told me, you know, she was like, you know what's crazy about this moment is now You can go anywhere you want to be and be whatever you want to be. And I sat there and I thought about that shit for a second because I was like, fuck, I don't have nothing no more.
Right.
And she kind of flipped that shit around. I was like, you're fucking right.
Yeah.
You know,
You
ain't
can
got
build
shit
those bridges.
You can build
again,
those bridges back, and even the ones that you lost, you can build better ones.
Yeah.
You know,
100%, bro.
because life is not pinned down to the first 25 years.
You don't have
bro.
to fucking keep all that fucking pent up fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
You don't have to do that shit, bro.
I think the only time that you do is if you surround yourself with people that you don't trust, or you're in an unhappy like place in your life, right? And that's why I'm a squirmy motherfucker. Like if I'm in a situation or I'm around people that I don't feel either welcome or I just my peace is being disturbed, bro, I'll leave. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very loyal to those that make me feel that inner peace. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've been a lot of places, especially during the pandemic, where I was around a lot of people where I didn't feel safe, bro. So I had to bounced halfway across the country, came back, went to Oklahoma, came back, and then finally, like, my mom was being cool, so like I stayed with my mom, and then now, bro, I'm by myself. Outside of hanging with my fellowship, I got my own crib, no roommates, bro, and I had to do it that way. Why?
Right.
Because it's just I had to, because it was like
You have to build yourself back up.
I had to build my confidence back.
Yeah.
You know. And it's like I talked to Skirt about this show all the time. He's like, bro, you're just growing up.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's this whole complex thing. Like, what's going on with me? I'm thinking about shit different. Like, why is this shit not the same no more? He's like, bro, you're getting older. Like, you're figuring shit out. You know,
Right.
It's like, man, it's a beautiful thing,
Skirt
but it's
is
so
the most
confusing.
simplistic fucking person.
Yeah.
With the shit that he's been through,
Yeah,
with all the shit that he's been through, he's the most simplistic fucking person.
He breaks it down.
Because I fucking, I went through some shit about a week ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, why, bro? And he goes, bro, you're just learning shit, bro.
Just figuring it out.
You're just figuring it out, bro.
Figuring it out.
And it's like you want it to be some giant fucking mountain of being like, and you want the fucking,
But why?
the fucking oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah, you
moment.
want that oh shit,
But
eureka,
like
type
Skirt's like,
shit.
hey man, you're just fucking learning, bro.
Hey, man.
And it's like, you're right though.
Yeah. And it's like it's honestly like anticlimactic and shit. It's like, fuck, man, I really wanted to struggle a little bit longer. Yeah,
I wanted to feel that fucking sad shit for a little longer.
Yeah, I
but it's
wanted
like,
to feel that, but it's like,
but you
man,
know what? You're right. He's right. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm just a fucking person, bro.
And that's all you ever can be. And
Yeah.
you're just doing your best, bro.
100%.
I think that's all anybody can ask from you. Even if they think they're asking more. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if you're asking something great from me, all you really asking is my best, right?
Right.
Even if you expect more, and in fact, if you expect anything more than my best, that's an expectation that you set and you let yourself down.
Right.
Because that's all we can do is be the best person that we can be, and hopefully try to do better than we did yesterday, bro. But I mean, shit, there's some days where we don't, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just a lot of days where we don't. I know in my life, like there's I would say 4 out of 5 days I'm doing better than I did yesterday.
Right.
Those other 3 days, I'm bullshitting, bro. I'm serious. I mean, I guess it is what it is.
Right.
And it could be a Sunday, it could be a Monday,
No,
it could be a
100%.
Tuesday, it could be whenever.
It
bro.
could be a quote unquote good day for some people.
Exactly.
Like, it's the worst fucking day of your
Exactly.
fucking life.
I've had days where I thought it was great. I
Right.
thought it was fantastic.
And fucking Mondays are fucking dope as shit sometimes.
Man.
A lot of people hate Mondays, but sometimes I'll be sitting on a Monday being like, this is fucking good. But then I'll be on a Saturday.
So I was gonna say, like, at what point did like in the week do you really feel yourself kind of getting low on energy?
Low on energy, bro. It would have to be. Honestly, it had to be on like Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I was gonna say mentally, I start feeling drained around Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
Wednesday's kind of good because it's like in the middle of the week.
Ooh, but Wednesdays suck though, cause like it's a hot take, but like Wednesdays suck though, cause it's like still got 2 more fucking days,
Yeah.
and y'all are all happy
Yeah.
about this shit. I think Thursdays are like the perfect day for me.
Yeah.
Cause it's
I'm
like,
gonna go, give me a second. I have to go fucking piss like a
oh,
racehorse.
take a leak, take a fucking leak.
And you can talk to the homies.
Yeah, I'm gonna chat it up. But yeah, Thursdays are fire because it's Friday tomorrow. Yeah. But I mean, shit. Whenever it comes to Mondays, y'all, I don't know if y'all watch Gary V, that little annoying uh, guy talking about cryptos now. But he made some really good point about, on Mondays, a lot of people feel like they're just ready for a Saturday or a Sunday or whenever the fuck your Friday is, right? And he goes on to say, like, if you're living for the weekend and that's all you live for, that's not very much of a life, because the only time that you're living, truly living, right, is 2 days out of the week. So there's some drawbacks there, right? And so I'd say, even if you can't do what you love right now, love what you do to the best of your ability. Be kind to those that you work with, because they're probably not loving it as much as you're not loving it. And on Monday, put your fucking jersey on. You know what I'm saying? It's just the first quarter. You know what I mean? Like, you're not even tired yet, so don't like. It's hard to bitch about Mondays because you just slept for 2 days. You know what I mean? Slept good too. So, Mondays really realistically should be the best day of the week, because that's realistically when you're the most rested. You shouldn't be tired on a Monday, but I know how it is. If you had a bad weekend, and it's hard to be lit about a Monday. But I really,
Well, you know where that comes from, right? You know why Mondays are the worst days, right?
Is it like some like biological thing?
It's not biological, but it's something that the system has created.
I've heard about this. I've heard about this.
You talk about about Sunday blues?
Yeah, and like the 8-day work week, or the 5-day work week, and the 9-hour day. People,
well, it
was like an established thing, right?
Well, it actually drains from, instead of it being work week, it actually drains from school. A lot of times, I don't know if you.
I'm not sure where you're going with this. Go ahead.
So I love living this life. Being an adult,
right?
It's fucking cool, right?
It's all right. It's pretty mid, but
there will be, and there will always be, because we talk about anxiety and stuff.
True.
There will be, and there will always be Sunday blues for me. And the only reason, and I can probably work through it. I can probably change it, my mentality. But the reason that I have Sunday blues is because when I was a kid, I hated going back to school.
On Monday, yeah.
I dreaded the fact that I have to go back to school on Monday.
Well, they say they're conditioning, like school conditions us to like work in warehouses. Right. Is what they say.
And so like, my job on Monday is cake. My job on a Monday is fucking cake.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
But on a Sunday afternoon, I'm like, why the fuck am I so anxious?
Yeah.
Why am I so sad? Why am I angry? Why am I so just drained of waiting for the fact that Monday's going to come around when I have nothing to worry about? And it's because of school.
It's like that. It's because of school, because that's like a programmed like trauma like response reaction to like that time.
Yeah.
It's also like whenever you work a lot and you go home and you can't sit still because you just feel like you should be working.
I've done that shit.
Fucking hate that one. That one's the worst, bro. When you're just fucking working your fucking balls off, you can't relax. I mean, that's how I am. Like,
right.
Some people can go home and lay down, but if I've been working all week and I'm just busybody, I'll go home and I won't be able to sit down because like my body just takes time to switch over from hyperactive to rest.
Right.
And that's just me being bipolar though, because as much as you would assume that I could switch whenever I want, however I want, it's not how it works, unfortunately. Like, most bipolar people have I wouldn't say most, but like generally the condition of being bipolar is like you don't have control over shit like that. So it's like people think that like you're switching from one side to the other all the time, and it's like, no, you're really just switching in the most inconvenient times. Unless you're not like on some type of schedule or regimen like medicine and shit. I haven't been on medicine in 6 years. That's why I smoke weed. But like, there's still those times like when I flipped out on skirt a couple weeks ago. It's like I was just fucking busy as fuck all week.
Yeah.
Just jamming, moving, all this shit, and then I was sitting down chilling. I was like, we're chilling, it's cool. But like my mind and my body weren't catching up to where I wanted to be. And it's a struggle even for kids, man. Like. I think we're definitely doing back damage to kids having to carry these backpacks.
Oh yeah, dude. It's just
that's like a well-known thing that we're fucking kids up by making them carry these backpacks, bro.
But that's the thing too. Mentally, we're wearing these kids out before we even get into fucking living life, bro. before they even get to live in life wearing them out.
What's a better way to do school? You think?
Honestly, I feel like school should
Think like
be
homeschool?
I wouldn't say homeschool.
I wouldn't say homeschool
because the social aspect.
We need that.
We need the social aspect.
We need the social part of it.
I say
that taught me a lot about being human in general.
Yeah, I just feel like we're cramming so much shit into fucking kids' brains so fucking fast. And they have extracurricular activities like sports and blah, and they
which we need those.
Yeah, they definitely as
those
a
are
kid
actually the most
love
important
it.
classes,
Yeah.
I would say, right?
But when you put so much stress on a kid, like and they
I'm-
talk about why do these kids have depression and why are these kids on Adderall? Why
And
are
also like these standardized tests and shit
Yeah,
too,
it's
man.
like-
These STAR tests and these TAC tests.
Bro, I don't even have that much shit on my regular work week. I don't have this much shit.
I remember crying like whenever we was taking them fucking standardized tests, like because I was sitting there and I was like, man, cannot figure out the answer to this fucking problem. And I would sit there and just stare at it for 5 minutes to see if my brain would click on something.
Yeah.
And once I figured out that like I really didn't know the answer, I would just like freak out, just like fuck.
Yeah.
I'm repeating the grade again. I didn't learn enough. Like it's like all this shit. It's
I
like,
remember exactly. To this point, an exact day where that shit fucking happened to me, and it was in second grade, bro. And it was a math quiz, and it was like the multiplications, but it was
like the monster test.
It was just a monster test,
Yeah.
bro. It was just like you have 10 minutes.
That shit's fucking anxiety.
You have
sure.
like 10 minutes or 5 minutes to fucking do this shit.
To this day, I still
see
don't
how
know all
much
my
you can
multiples, bro. I'm telling you.
And it was like number 1, 2 times 2. Number 2, 4 times 4.
Yeah, it's the monster test.
Yeah. And it was exactly like that, bro. And I sat there, bro. I saw 30 fucking questions, and I sat there and
That's
said,
some G shit because, like I said,
"Oh fuck."
To this day, I still don't know all of my multiples for that exact same reason.
I'm just like,
because that was the worst way you could have taught somebody like me how to do multiplication, bro.
right. It's
the
like,
worst
what the
way.
fuck, bro. I didn't make no. And then I got in trouble. I as a kid got in trouble because I didn't, 1, do the test, and 2, failed it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, bro, like, you obviously saw a problem.
At
then.
at that age, you shouldn't be able to grade kids.
You're
like
gonna see 20 kids.
Yeah.
Do it the way they're supposed to, and then see that one kid and be like, "Oh yeah, he just didn't want to do it."
I mean, you're not Asian, you know.
Yeah,
but no, it's like
we're not over here fucking learning the schematics of a fucking iPhone over
Well,
here.
no, I'm telling you, like, let me ask you this: how many of your multiples do you know? Do you know your multiples all the way up to 12, like we're supposed to, right? Supposed to.
I think 10 is the farthest I can go.
So I don't even know them. I don't even know them that far. I know my.
Let's do a little test, like 1 times 2.
Oh, it's 2.
Okay.
Okay, I know my 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Right. Fives are good. Fives are
we're good on 5s.
7s.
No, sir.
Okay, 7 times 4.
7 times 4 is gonna be 32.
I think so.
Okay, I guess.
Actually, let me get my
I
my
definitely.
calculator.
I guess.
I think 32 is correct. I'm going to stick with you on that one because I think 32.
I think I knew that's. But the thing is, I shouldn't be guessing though. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying?
7 times.
This
What
is where
was
it's
it? 7
fucked up.
times what? 3?
7 times 4.
7 times 4. 28.
28. So it's okay.
We're close.
But the way that my brain thinks about it is like it shouldn't be a memory thing.
Right, it shouldn't be a memory thing.
It should be something that you know. So like whenever you ask me that, I'm trying to go back in my memory, and that's 8 times 6 is going to be 48.
48.
But see, I'm trying to like do it. It's like
9
you should know
times 9 times 7.
9 times 7. Fuck. See, this is the one.
Yeah, I wouldn't have fucking known this one either.
It's 63.
Yeah, it's 63.
Yeah, 63.
But
I still do the finger shit.
Yeah.
You know,
10 times 2 is 20, right?
Yeah, it's 20. All the 10s are going to be the double back on the zeros. The 11s are just the double numbers. But like even those little tricks are not helping me know what math is.
No, 100%. And if you get into like what's 2 times 164, like what the fuck?
Like how is that going to help me? But you know,
I
what's
can
crazy?
do it in my head like 2 times 164.
I don't know how you're doing that right now. What do you see whenever you're doing math like that?
I see 164 times 2 on a piece of paper, and I put the line.
Is that really how you do it? Like, like how you see it in your head?
Yeah. So 2 times
That's
4
crazy,
is 8.
Dude.
2 times 4 is 8, right? Or 16.
What was it?
2 times 4.
2 times 4 is 16. Yep.
So 16. 2 times 4 is
2 times 4 is 8. And then 8 times 2
yeah.
is 16.
Yeah, 2 times 4 is 8, so I put an 8 down.
Right.
And then 2 times 6, because it's 164, 2 times 6 is 12. So I put 1 up and put the 2, so that's 28. So 2 times 1 is 2 plus the 1 is 3. 328.
So you're pretty right-brained as a person to be able to do that. You know?
163 times... No, 164.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how fucking
2,
true all this shit is, but like, you know,
328.
like I can't do that, bro. Like, you know what I see whenever you ask me like a large like mathematics, I don't see anything.
You don't see nothing?
It's black
Yeah,
and white.
I just see the.
I don't see nothing.
If I was to put it on paper, I would put the number and then the other number and then put a line and then I see it the way that it is and then I multiply the.
Like sometimes I can do it if I can remember with my memory what I'm doing, but as far as having a visual in my head, it's like doing math in the dark. I can't see. There's no images. There's no nothing. But I think it's because they say, right, that people that are more right-brained have like logical, more rational, can do math, all these different things, and people that are left-brained are just fucking. Well, it's like an emotional side of the brain where all your emotions are processing shit. I don't know how much I believe shit like that, but when I hear shit like that, I'm like, our brains can't be working the same way.
No,
they can't be.
No. Because these kids nowadays too in school are.
It's weird. Have you ever seen the math that they're teaching them now?
It's like, bruh, fuck off with that shit, bro.
Yo, it's weird. I remember like when my brother was like a little bit younger. He don't ask me for help anymore, but whenever he was probably like 4th or 5th grade, he was asking me like for help on his homework, and I was like, I've never seen anything like this ever. And it's not the math. I get the math, but the way that they're teaching it, breaking it down with shapes and squares and shit and all this shit, it's like,
hell no.
No, like that shit only works for me whenever it comes to like fractions, right? Like we can do fractions like that, but whenever you're talking about long division with squares and all this shit, like that's, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like they're gonna be way more dumb for that. You know what I mean? Not to like offend anybody, but I feel like kids should know how to do some type of mathematics before you get to like algebra, wherever. Because once you hit that point, you're using a calculator. Period. So. Everything after that.
Use a calculator on phone, bro.
Well, I mean, like before that,
they'll
hop on your ass, right? Like before that, you like on the MOSHCAST.
I'm saying like I would say a little bit of some multiplication.
Okay.
You should definitely know
some long division too, right?
You should definitely know by heart subtraction.
True.
And
this is true.
And addition.
This is true.
Like you don't have to have a calculator to add up something.
Facts. No, the addition and subtraction thing, even though I don't know it by heart, I will figure it out very quickly. Like very easy for me. You can even do
this. You can do an addition.
That stuff. Those things I know in my head because I know the.
On like just drawing.
See, this is weird how my math works. It's like with the addition and subtraction. Whenever I'm doing that in my head, I know the functions well enough to where I don't have to paint a picture. I just know how subtraction and addition works. But when it comes to multiplication and doing like having to multiply across 3 digits, bro, I lose track of the numbers in my head because I don't see anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
right.
You know how you're literally doing it on paper in your head.
Right.
I can't do that.
Like simple shit like this because it's usually this simple in the real world. You know, like
right.
Your business needs 140 whatever the fucks. And you got 20 extra. How much do you have?
They said they needed how many?
You have 140 of these products and you added 20. How much do you got?
Roughly like 60.
Yeah, 160.
Yeah,
boom.
Yeah.
That's easy shit. Or, you know, your company has 140 products and you need to subtract fucking 30. How much do you got?
No,
shit, 100,
right.
110.
But those are like very simple use cases for those functions.
That's what I'm saying. Like in the real world, bruh, in the real reality world, bruh,
right.
That shit, that's how it works.
Yo, I see your point.
You're not fucking going over here and like dividing decimals. And
right, because not everybody's gonna be a fucking engineer or something like that. I mean, if you come like a military sniper, you'll need to know like trigonometry or some shit.
Right.
But like my math teacher, he was a doctor. His name Dr. Foster, really cool guy. But how he did it gave me kind of a cool, like he had a really cool idea of how school should work. So how we would do it is instead of doing homework whenever we went home, he would record it, and he spent a lot of time recording himself in front of a camera with a microphone, doing the day's lesson. You get him teaching the lesson at home, and then the next day when you come into class, what's supposed to be homework, we're doing that in class. So he called it a flipped classroom. So every week you would get videos for the subjects and the topics. You would go home, watch the videos. He would always encourage you, like, if you get tired of me listening to my voice or you don't understand something, set it down, go do whatever, and then just come back to it.
Right.
Finish the lesson.
Right.
And then that way tomorrow, whenever you're in class and I'm there, if you need some help, I'll help you with the graded homework.
Right.
Or it's actually classwork, but it's reversed though. You know what I mean? And so like we wouldn't have any homework. We just do the lessons at home, and then whenever we come in to class, that's when all the graded work, including stuff that people say should be taken home, is done in class. So that way you have access to your instructor.
Right.
Cause shit, bro. Have you ever tried to do algebra on your own and you just don't know what the fuck is going on, bro?
Shit, bro? Fuck all that.
That shit is the type of shit that'll make me cry, bro, for real.
Honestly, if they did school where like I can put all the fucking information in my head in a song, I probably would.
I would rock with that. I would rock with that too.
Like Miss Frizzle.
Yeah, and there's a few of them bangers.
School Bus.
There's a few of them bangers.
They got that shit going.
I used to know the planet. There used to be a joint for the planets, and then there was another one for PEMDAS. For like man, what was the jam for PEMDAS? We used to have a little song for PEMDAS, like the you know what I'm saying, to do the
yeah. Dude,
like
I Spanish one. I didn't know a lick of fucking.
I took 3 years of Spanish. I
don't know shit, but
I know a poquito.
I know the states and their fucking.
Really, I didn't even learn that much.
Digga. Shh. Mexico DF, Mexico, Guatemala, Tegucigalpa, Honduras, San Salvador, El
Chihuahua,
Salvador, Managua, Nicaragua, San Jose,
what'd you call me?
Costa Rica, Panama, La Habana, Cuba. Dude.
Wait, that's South America. That's like all of South America.
Yeah, like it's all of Mexico. It's all of South America, all that shit, bro.
Oh, so it's all South America,
yeah,
not just Mexico.
Yeah, it's all South America.
So countries, not the states.
Yeah, it's the states and their fucking it's the countries and their fucking states.
Okay. I don't know how many states does Mexico have.
I don't fucking know. No.
They have states, don't they?
Hold on.
Or like provinces.
Because Austin is the capitals. I'm sorry.
Oh,
the capitals
okay.
of that state.
That makes sense.
The capital of the Mexico de Mexico.
Yeah.
Guatemala.
Yeah.
Tegucigalpa. But guess what? It's in a song. That's why I know. That's why I absorbed that shit, bruh. And it might be stupid as fuck, but honestly, it worked for me.
It does work. You know what's funny about that is that a lot of people's brains just don't. And this is the weird thing and stupid thing about how our schools work, okay? You hear this term or this phrase, it's cliche by now, but you can't make a goldfish climb a tree. Right? Which is it's very accurate in the sense, even of how I learned, because in certain subjects, I would excel in them, right? And it's because, like in science, we're always doing science projects or, doing experiments just in there, in the field, in the science, doing shit.
I think I just figured out how school should work.
Right.
I think I just right now when you
said
goldfish how to climb a tree, you can't teach a goldfish how to climb a tree, but you can teach a goldfish how to fucking swim, though. You
can teach a goldfish how to swim, and guess what? You can plant a tree underwater.
Right.
You understand? Like I think the education needs to be more accessible to the student.
To the student.
Not the student shouldn't be more accessible to the education. The education should be more accessible to the student. You know what I mean?
It's like, okay, well, maybe fucking science isn't your shit.
Right.
You still gotta take it though.
You still have to take it.
But at the same time, it's like, art's your thing. Then we'll make it more accessible to you, so you can fucking
way more accessible,
that path, bro.
And there's probably at least 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, however many other students that learn in a similar way. We'll put y'all all in one class.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like. It takes maybe like all this bureaucracy and shit, people pushing papers. We can't push papers to file these students in a certain kind of way and how they learn. Like if we're going to be categorizing people and putting people in their place, how about we put people that learn similarly together in the same classroom as compared to putting me next to these two fucking nerds that are sitting there going off.
I got diagnosed with dyslexia at first grade. First grade, bro. And they taught me how to... I will say this is my life.
Yeah.
I got diagnosed with dyslexia first grade.
Hey,
They taught me
dyslexics are people poo.
article poo.
Yeah.
I just fucking got that. I was like, what the fuck? But they taught me how to learn
Yeah.
how to do grammar and words and all that stuff. Easy. 4 years, boom. Whenever I took the tax test for reading and writing and all that shit, dude, I got commended, bro.
Yeah.
I was good at that because they specifically showed me to do these things
Exactly.
in this place. What I will say though is dyslexia is not a spectrum of what you can learn in English.
No, it's not.
It's a spectrum on how you learn.
How you learn, exactly.
In everything.
Exactly.
Because I can now, as an adult,
now that you know what your
now
brain's
that
doing.
yeah, I can be like, hey, bro, that sentence you said is wrong in English, but if you fucking told me in Spanish, bro, I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
I have no fucking idea.
No, my little brother's dyslexic, and he describes a similar thing.
Yeah, I took Spanish 1 4 years in a fucking row, bro.
Hey,
in a
You
row.
get credit for it or no?
No.
Ah.
I barely passed when I did, bro. I barely passed Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. And that's because the teacher was like, we're tired of seeing your ass,
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna hit you with
1,
the George Bush.
The
No
last,
child
yeah,
left behind.
The last grade I had was a 68. And she was like, it's close to a 70, so I'm going to give it to you. And I
We're
passed.
gonna go ahead and slide you them last
Yeah.
couple points. Yeah.
Well, anyway. But that's how it was. You know
Yeah,
what? Kids.
Well, bro,
just-
I used to have a speech impediment. I grew out of it a little bit, but whenever I was younger, I could not figure out how to pronounce words. It's probably because my mom and my stepdad weren't like reading me books or anything, and like I was figuring this shit out by myself. But like
Yeah, my
when I was
parents
younger,
didn't read books
I was
either.
like mispronouncing like not every word, but like whenever I was reading, I would guess what the word was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that led me to like say shit wrong, all the time. So they had to put me in like these remedial speech classes until I
Right.
was like in 6th grade and shit. But now what's funny about shit like that is like literally there's probably a lot of kids that don't have resources and shit like that. They're just going through school. I couldn't imagine like English being my second language, even though there is ESL classes and shit now, but still like you just gotta make education more accessible to the students.
Right.
There's kids out here that want to fucking learn, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
But you'll chase them off. You'll chase these kids off by surrounding them with other aggressive ass kids. That's a whole nother topic of this discussion that I've had with my sister-in-law because she is a teacher. But that's one thing, and then also just fucking like, bro, these kids don't want to learn like that. And is that a bad thing or no? No,
Right.
it's not.
No.
They can't learn like that actually. Yeah.
Yeah. This is what their brain's made. Bro.
And there is a certain amount of like whenever you're a kid, you do pick and choose what you like and what you don't like.
Right.
That's fair. Like I know like history, even though it wasn't a lot of hands-on stuff, I liked that. So I naturally just retain that information. Writing and fucking or not writing because I always wrote and shit, but like reading fucking boring ass books and like shit like that, I just didn't fuck with it. You remember those tests you'd have to take like after you read a book, like the accelerated learning fucking tests and shit.
Right.
Fuck all those. Like not until I went to jail did I understand how people read a whole 500-page book in a day for real. And I gained a new appreciation for reading, but there's just shit that you'll naturally pick up and pick on, but like math, wasn't fucking with it at all ever. And I was decently good at it, but it wasn't something that I cared about at
Right.
all. Science was my shit until they thought I was good at it and put me in honors physics, and I was like, oh, this is another math class, bro. It is.
Right.
And so they kicked me out of honors physics. Even though I was good at I love science, bro. I still love
Right.
science. I'm decently good at it. Know a lot of shit about it.
Right.
But it's just the math thing. And it's like, how are you gonna kick somebody that's maybe showing some type of gifted shit in science?
Who
Out of
figured out
fucking-
LSD?
I can't remember the man's name, but I will give you a really fun fact about Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton had all these ideas about gravity, but he was terrible at math and had no idea how to mathematically express
Exactly.
what he was figuring out with this apple. He was a garbage mathematician. And so he had to actually outsource his equations or his ideas about the world to actual mathematicians. You know what I'm saying? Like if you truly are gifted, you're going to figure out how to do this shit whether it's by yourself or not.
Right.
Like I mean, and Isaac Newton's the man that split the rainbow down into 7 colors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the only reason why orange is on the rainbow is because Isaac Newton put it there.
No shit.
No, literally, it's because there was only a certain amount of colors coming through the prism that he was refracting colors off of, and he wanted the 7 colors to match his angel number 7, and he literally refracted the light harder through the prism, and in between the red and the yellow space, you get a mixture of both, and he called that color orange. But orange is not an original color. It's literally just Isaac Newton trying to do some fucking occult shit. That's really what it is.
You know what's crazy about colors? Every color, it's that color because it doesn't absorb that color.
Right.
That's what trips me the fuck out.
So that trips you out? So here's a few things about colors, bro, because I'm a painter, I'm an artist. I got a few really cool things to blow your mind about color. You're right. So black is actually not a color.
Right.
It's the absence of, right?
Yeah.
And just like white is not a color. It's the absence in full, or it's the literally the opposite. It's all colors present
crazy.
within. Right. So it's all colors being bounced back to your eyes. Is how we perceive white. So let's say that there's a scientist named Mary, right? And she's colorblind.
Okay.
But she studies color as a science, right?
Right.
And she's trapped in a black and white room. Let's say that if Mary were to escape the black and white room and she already knows everything about color, but she sees color for the first time, did she really learn anything new? Colors are her field of expertise. She knows what colors are.
Right.
But seeing them, does it change your perception of them? Somebody had asked me that, and I was like,
we're going to have to take a break for a second.
Bro. Yes, she did learn something.
Right.
She did learn something. Before we take a break, one more thing.
So we're running out of space on the.
We're running out of space. I'm gonna make this quick. So blue was the last color to be conceptualized by the human mind. You would think that's weird because the sky's blue and the ocean's blue and a lot of shit's blue. But humans, the first colors that we ever noticed were red because of our blood, white, and yellow.
Oh shit.
Up until at that point, all these other shit that we were seeing, we didn't have a name for it. So there's no concept of color.
So what did they call it?
They didn't have a name for it.
No shit.
I'm serious. It's really
Look
interesting.
at that thing over there.
Yeah, it was so normalized, especially blue, that you wouldn't even think to conceptualize it. You know what I'm saying? So like the sky is just always there.
Oh yeah.
And the ocean's always blue. And even something more weird, blue is actually the last artificial color ever created. We figured out how to make reds, figured out how to make whites, blacks, blues, or not blues, but oranges, all these things.
Yeah.
Blue was like the last thing that we figured out how to make.
No shit.
The Egyptians figured it out first, but they lost the technology to time.
Yeah.
They were making these really beautiful blue stones. And what's weird is if you go back and find something blue, like a blue rock, and hand it to a caveman, they say that he'll probably freak out and probably worship it as being something like sacred.
No shit.
Because blue is that rare in nature.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Crazy thing.
We'll be back.
We'll be back, y'all.
Sounds crazy. Like, I can figure out what's going on. But it's not hard. It's really bad. Just gotta look into it. I don't want to look into it. They got
If you're seeing it, you know it's real. If you believe in it, you know it. If you're seeing it, you know it's real. If you believe in it, you better get something that'll kill.
Our Father who's up inside of heaven, I can't feel you, I can't see you, that's the fucking question. They pull shit out their ass and use it as a weapon. Kill you on the spot and they use it as a lesson. I take these fucking pills so I can what I see. Demons running wild in my mind and they whispering, hey sign, don't you wanna try to make these people cry for what they say is a lie? Throw them in the ditch, see almighty as they die. Try to find the guy when they're off for asking why. Brains fried in the fucking sky. Smoke a black and sip a jet, call hell almighty side.
If you're seeing it, you know it's real. If you believe in it, you know it. If you're seeing it, you know it's real.
That was me, Almighty Sai, and Kid Carrillo's new song called The Unknown. If you haven't fucking listened to it, go fucking check that shit out. It was a little bit of an experiment on like what we perceive as what is real and what is not. It's the whole alien shit that's been going around. So if you like that, then fucking go listen to it, jam it out on your radio and stuff. But yeah, me and Tom just been hanging the fuck out on pod, just fucking talking our fucking ass off. What are you doing over there?
I'm about to bounce this song to my email so I can listen to it.
Bars.
You can listen to it, shit.
Yeah, we're gonna listen to another song here pretty soon, here in a second, bro. Hell yeah. Bars, baby.
This fucking jamming these fucking songs, man. It's
Jamming
getting
them,
better
bro.
and better. It's getting better and better every time we do one, man.
I know, 100%. 100%.
I think that's the goal, but also, shit, this is what we do.
That's what we do, bro. Get that dongle in there.
Get that dongle in
Get
there.
that dongle in there, bruh. Listen to some more songs, bruh.
Yes, sir.
Which one is this one?
This one we're working on today. It's a rough mix. It's hard.
Look, I drip like the sink, so there is no flow that's out of my reach. I'm speeding a Rari and rock a revolver, so all of my diamonds are pink. I drip like the sink. The moment they saw me, it's shocking, don't know what to think. I drip like the sink, my chopper goes sing. I grip a katana and sputter, I smoke marijuana and drink me some water. Now my life is longer. My money get greener just like an iguana. I'm reaching nirvana. Now I am the alpha. Your mama omega, but I didn't make her. She did not need any help. She doing it all by herself. I gave her some bands for that. I bought her a Birkin bag, and now she just working it. Forgot your related bitch, give me my Birkin bag. This ain't your average trap. You might get whacked in the back with a Mac and a Tommy. Cause my name is Thomas, I know it's ironic, but that was off topic. It's back to the business. I come for you bitches like the morning sickness. I swing with the swiftness and gripping the blade with the quickness. So ain't no witness. We're skirting the whip when we dip this. Look, I drip in the sink when it's leaking. I drip like the sink when it's leaking, yeah. Just like it's leaking, yeah. Yeah, drip like the sink when it's leaking, yeah, yeah. Drip like the sink when it's leaking, leaking.
I drip like the sink, so there is no flow that's out of my reach.
Some exclusive, something exclusive.
Bars. What is that song called?
Really, it's just drip like the sink,
Drip like the sink, bruh.
like the motherfucking sink.
Drip like the sink, bruh. Ooh.
But I mean,
Fire.
It's something new, man. We have a lot of really cool shit coming out. I think that you know, like in the stew, bro, there's never really like one vibe that we're doing constantly. And that's something that I really have always loved about the work that we do together and shit like that. Like, it's never, I've never once ever felt like I had to do like something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to be, had to not do something, but like be something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think that's where you find true art.
Right. Whenever
people are authentically, truly, and unapologetically being themselves, you know. Even if sometimes you're a little bit like explicit, you know what I'm saying? I think that's one thing that I've been running into, like as a creative, and in my music, and the world's changing so much around me, and how and just fast, and like, you know, just trying to figure out like what can I say and what I can't say, right? And I don't want to, I definitely don't want to self-censor myself, definitely not. But I also don't want to come across as something that I'm not. Now, people would be like tempted to bring up like offending people. I don't care about offending people. It's literally, to me, it's about coming across as something that I'm not. Like, I don't want to come across as an asshole, you know, because I'm not, you know. But also, I just don't want to lose my craft,
right,
in trying to be not an asshole, you know,
right.
So if I have to be an asshole a little bit to get my point across within a certain part of the song, then I'll do that. But I mean, generally, like the people that know me, that and 9 times out of 10, those are people that are listening to my music. They know I'm not a fucking asshole,
right?
You know,
right.
It's just provocative and it gets the people going. It's that, and then it's also like sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I mean that shit.
Yeah, dude, it's like I've been thinking long and hard because you and me and Skirt have been talking about our craft and like how we want to present ourselves.
Yeah.
Blase.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking long and hard about that shit, about like how I've been wanting to present myself
Like,
as an artist. and
Right.
stuff.
How do you think? Like, just asking you, and then maybe I could answer this question, and then we could do it on the other side. But
Yeah.
how do you think with your music? How do you think you come across to your audience? Your audience.
Yeah, so I kind of came to the conclusion. I'm not really sure about it yet, but so when I write about something and somebody gives me like a scenario
Right.
of this, whether the song be this or that or whatever, there's some type of line where I tell a story for that song.
Right.
There's something
Right.
about that song that lets me click in, and I'm like, okay, this song's gonna be about
And you're
this.
just locked in
specific thing.
right
I'm
there.
locked
Yeah.
in right there.
Yeah.
When I do my own songs personally,
Mm.
I usually talk about my life or like how I feel or
Right.
I express how I express my emotions.
Yes.
And I want people to understand where I'm coming from because I express how I feel in every song.
Absolutely.
And
As you should. Yeah.
And there are songs that are pretty explicit. There are
Mm-hmm.
songs that are pretty rated R, you know. But I want people to understand that when I go in the booth and I write something down or I write some crazy shit or something like that,
Yeah.
it's an outlet.
Right.
It's an outlet. I'm not saying that I run this way. I'm not saying that I live this way. I'm not saying that I do these things this way. It's saying that like I have these feelings.
These feelings that exist.
And I'm able to express them in a healthier way than actually
Right.
doing those things,
And is that like the way that you explain that makes a lot of sense to me? Is that always how you've explained it to yourself, or was there ever a time where you felt like, man, like I'm kind of saying a lot,
Yeah,
is that something you had to develop? Like,
yeah, I've had to develop, and I'm not gonna lie, I've had to develop that in a couple of months. Like
Yeah,
recently,
I know what you mean.
Recently,
Yeah.
because there was always a line where me as an artist always said, I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm gonna do.
Right.
And then it got to the point where I'm just living my artistic life, and I just get put in these situations where it's like, oh, okay, these things, and it's like, and I've always thought like, I always wanted people to see me in a specific light whenever I was writing, but at the same time, it's like, I do get angry sometimes, and I do feel these feelings.
I like that. I like that.
And I do get sad, and I don't want to be silly and crazy and
real
stuff.
shit. It's real shit.
It's not my fault. Like it's not no one's fault. It's nobody's fault that they
But
express
at the end of the day,
themselves
you're
and
justified to feel however the fuck you
Yeah.
feel about your fucking life. I've always kind of broke it down to myself like this, and this, like you said, this is something that I had to develop because, like, whenever I first started making music, just kind of, being naive out here, like, oh yeah, I write, so put it on beat, whatever. So like, just being young, I realized that like a lot of the shit that I was saying, regardless of if I meant it or not, right, was coming across and giving people a certain image of me, and I started to see that image get like bigger than like my own personal name. Like it was a point where people were really only talking about the things that I was saying in my music. So I realized, I was like, okay, what I say matters.
Right.
And I realized that like even outside of music it matters. So if you're having trouble dealing with your image, which like I was, people are like, why are you talking about so and so like this? Why are you talking about this like that? Why
Right.
what do you mean by that? It's like
Right.
all these things. I realized like, yeah, like what I say matters, but I didn't say it, did I?
Not necessarily.
I didn't. No, I didn't. Because, like, the way I've broken myself down, Tommy and Taryn are two different people.
Right.
Genuinely, that's how I feel.
Right.
Genuinely, that's how I feel. And honestly, you might call me Tommy, but you've never, you might call me Tommy, but genuinely, you've only ever met Taryn because Taryn's incredibly polite. But Tommy's not really like that, man. He's an emotional guy, a very emotional guy. He has shit that he's dealing with. Probably shouldn't talk the way that he talks.
Right.
You know,
right. 100%.
He's kind of an asshole, kind of bougie. You know what I mean? Like there's all these things that go into that guy, and I love him to death. I know him, but there's just so many people that either you don't get to meet that guy until you listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? This guy doesn't exist as a guy that I walk around as. Because I think if I were to walk around full persona, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't make it very long. Because like that guy is just very emotional. He's a very emotional dude.
Right.
And we love him for that. I love him for that. That is me. But generally, like, you never see me say half the shit that nigga says.
Right.
Right. In a regular conversation, I don't say it, not to make me fake. That's a part of who I am.
Right.
But I preserve that energy for whenever that man needs to use his voice. Because ultimately, in the grand scheme of me, his voice is probably the most important one.
Right.
Right. And not to call myself like I've split my personality. No, it's not like that. But it's the way that I've compartmentalized it and come to terms with like, I don't even agree with some of the shit that nigga be saying sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I'm gonna put it this way. It's like, I'm gonna put my lyric. I'm gonna say my lyrics right now.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, give me head like Manuela Oblongata. Open up a legs, eat a pussy like it's pasta. Ain't no fucking father, but she screaming, I'm a papa. Gotta bounce burner bridge like a Dalai Lama.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy shit to fucking say, bro.
Right. It's crazy shit to say, but it's clever enough to where, bro, I can tell that you're not just dumb saying that,
No.
right? You know what I mean? And I think that's another thing that goes into it. Like the stuff that is provocative about the stuff that you write and even the stuff that I write, like half the times you have to get through like some very intellectual shit to make it to that bitch. You know what I'm saying? To make it to that hoe, to make it to that, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's not even that. It's like
clever,
there's a side of me,
bars.
and this might get a little, this might be a little hot topic, but there's a side of me that's like, yeah, if you want to suck my dick, suck my dick.
Chop me off.
I'm gonna eat your pussy, bro. I'm gonna eat it.
Chop it up.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you mean.
That's
I know
true
what you mean.
shit, right?
That's true shit. It's true shit.
There's that side where it's like, bitch, give me head like Manuela Oblongata, whatever the fuck. Open up a legs, eat a pussy like it's pasta. That's some true shit, right? But there's another side of me. It's like, I've been living hard. They say, boss, you good? No, I'm not. Pressing hard as wood. I stay stressing, bro. Just stop.
That's what I'm saying.
Wish I could.
It's the
Wish I
context of all these
understood.
things. It's the context.
And that's also me too.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could be silly as fuck. And I could say some off-brain shit. And it'd be funny and gruesome. Like, whatever the fuck the case may
It's
be.
provocative, bro. It gets the people going.
But then there's me that's like, hey,
Like,
bro, I'm a human
look,
too, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. If people wanted to sit here and listen to Cy talk about his problems, no explicitives, bro, you'd have been famous 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear you say those things,
right?
Regardless if we're able to admit it or not,
right?
Because that's a part of what makes the music what it is, like exciting.
Exactly.
I mean, it's very cliche, and maybe people don't know what this means, but like it's that skit from the beginning of fucking Niggas in Paris. It's like, what does that even fucking mean?
Right.
It's fucking provocative. We don't know what it means.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But you know what's crazy about being an artist and being a writer, bro? You don't know what it means sometimes, but it's literally the only way you could say that to get the energy out. You know? So like half the time it's like that's just the words that I had to use to get that out. And now we're moving on to some more bars. And a lot of times it's the context, what comes before and what comes after it that people don't pay attention to. They just want to say, oh, you're saying this, you're saying that, you're saying yeah. But I mean, a lot of times, unless it's the chorus, which I'm guilty of having some crazy shit in my choruses, but like if you find some crazy shit in the middle of a verse, go back 2 bars and read what I said prior.
Right. And
then go forward 2 bars and see what I read after and tell me if it's like me just being hateful. It's never that, bro.
Right.
It's never that. You know, even over a damn near a decade of writing shit down on paper, I don't think there's ever been a time where I've written anything malicious about anybody ever.
Right.
Unless it was me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which I have the right to fucking talk shit on myself, but like I've never been malicious towards anybody. And you know, like people, I had this conversation with, who was I talking to? I was talking to Skirt about this, about like my usage of like the word bitch and like, you know, all this shit. Like I was kind of feeling bad about it.
Right.
Because I was thinking about it a lot, and then there's other shit that goes into why I was thinking about it. But you know, I was like, and I've kind of talked to you about it too, and like it's not something that I'm not trying to work on.
Right.
But it's also something, and Skirt kind of brought it up to me. It's like, bro, like, as long as you know what you mean and you know your heart, then like you really can't put it onto other people to understand this and push the message. Like the message is your message. It's not other people's responsibility to understand you and tell other people what you mean. You know, so I think whatever the music does after it's gone and left your heart, then I mean I guess it is what it is.
Right.
You know, you can't really think about it too much. I think, you know, or else it's not gonna be.
You can't really.
It's not gonna be as honest, you know.
Yeah, you can't think upon that shit too much.
No, you can't.
You know, people might see me being fucking rude as fuck, and because I say bitch all the fucking time.
Right.
I don't give a fuck who you are.
Right.
I'll say bitch anywhere.
That's what same. But I kind of explained to myself a little bit earlier because I was like, and this sounds like a cheap cop out, but I just genuinely how it is. Like, I think of the word bitch as being a very versatile word. Like as a writer, it's a very versatile word. You can use it as a question, as an explanation point, as a period,
just a fucking
sentence ender. You know, it's a lot of different things you can do with it. But then also at the same time, you know, hot take. I don't think of the word bitch as being a bad word. You know?
I don't see
mean,
it
if
as
you
a bad
really
word
dig into all that, then you know what I mean. But I'm not gonna sit here and go on a tangent about it. I'm just saying, like, I don't think.
I think
I think it's about the energy, right?
Yeah, I think right now in the world right now it's like, what are even cuss words nowadays? Like, what are they even? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some words that we stay clear of. Those are not even cuss words. Those are just like no words.
Well, I remember back whenever I first started cursing, right, as a child, and I was like, I saw my brother say crap.
Oh yeah.
CRAP, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I looked at him. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, Mom, he over here saying saying crap. She's like, I don't care.
Right.
I was like, oh, you don't care? Well, I'm saying crap now. You know what I'm saying? So like, from then it develops into like, what can you say and get away with?
Right.
And I think that was actually the original idea of my first podcast. I don't think I'm gonna end up doing it like that anymore. But it's like, you know, there's terms of service in every single conversation that we enter into.
Right.
And the biggest ones are the biggest platforms with the biggest conversations.
Yeah.
So, like, what are you allowed to say before you get banned?
Exactly.
And this thing doesn't just apply to yourself online. Like, there's a lot of conversations that I've entered into where I get banned, and I didn't even mean to. But it's also sometimes like where I genuinely find myself surprised that they don't allow this discourse within that conversation. Like, sometimes, like, I get banned from conversations or banned from friend groups or some shit like that because maybe either they don't understand what I'm saying, they don't think it's valuable, or just maybe it's some shit they don't want to hear, and they know that it's like gonna disrupt what they got going on within. And a lot of times that's what it is online. Like, you know, like the back, it's not so bad anymore, but like how they treat Kai, how Twitch treats Kai is like really bothersome to me because the only time they really give him big ups on the algorithm is whenever he's acting like an animal. But whenever he's just chilling or whenever you think about doing something else, he gets banned constantly for a lot of shit. Right. So, I mean, to me, looking at that, it's like there's a whole lot going on there. But, like, at the end of the day, though, like, the terms of service, when it comes down to every conversation, what's fucked up is we don't ever know them. You know, I think very recently, me, you, and Skirt found out what the terms of service was, like, within our conversations and what's gonna get us banned from conversation with each other and what's gonna bring us to a new level of our platform that we built within the fellowship, right? So, I mean, there's not a whole lot that's gonna get us banned from conversation with each other, but obviously, whenever we leave the studio and we go out into the world and we go out to talk to people, there's a lot of stuff that, you know, is cool here, but not cool
respectful
there.
You know, it's just the amount of respect you have for everybody else.
True, and that's always my thing too, and it's kind of where I was coming from, where I was saying, like, I don't want to be an asshole. Yeah. But it's also more important to me that I don't get misconstrued as something that I'm not, whether that's an asshole or not, because sometimes I am an asshole. If you see me as an asshole when I'm being an asshole, it's like, you know, if it quacks like a duck, then call it a duck. I'm not going to expect you to call me anything else because I am an asshole. But genuinely, there's times where I'm trying to say something and they're like, yo, you can't say it like that, I guess, you know? Right. And I'm like, I mean, to me, genuinely, like, I don't know how else I'm supposed to say it.
No, 100%.
You know, I mean, I'm not gonna be specific because there's just a lot of things like that I always fuck up. Like, you know, whenever I was talking to Skirt about this conspiracy theory, and I mean, this is a very light example of what I'm talking about, but like I was talking to Skirt about conspiracy theory, like the Operation High Jump, Antarctica Nazi shit, which is a very interesting conspiracy to me. And like he was just sitting there, he just didn't understand where I was going because the tone of the conversation was so humorous that I got serious because I was trying to explain something, and he thought I was joking about Nazis going underground in Australia or in Antarctica. I was like, no, like this is actually a thing. Like you can go online and look this up. He's like, bro, you bullshit me. It's like, in that moment, you kind of get banned from the serious conversation because people think you're bullshit. That's what I mean. Like there's different terms of service to like the different kinds of conversations that we have with each other, and I think about that shit all the time. Like especially when I'm talking to my family members, it's where these intrusive thoughts, like, what could I really say right now to get banned? I really like, and there's a lot of stuff that come to mind. It's like there's a lot of shit you could say, and there's a lot of shit that I say around. And I'll be honest, there's a lot of shit I say around other people that would get me banned from public discourse conversations. Everybody has conversations like that, not just me. So I mean, that's why I'm comfortable saying that. But
it's just like one of those things, like I think how I think, and if you don't fucking, you don't necessarily have to hate me for what I disagree or agree on. It's just like this is how I think, and it gets to the point where it's like, how far are you okay with how somebody believes?
So that's the thing. That's always been my thing with like. Well, before I say that, I think the smartest people in this world are not the people that can learn the fastest. Is the people that can unlearn the quickest. So So like whenever I'm sitting here and I'm saying shit that I think's funny and I get banned from public conversation or I get banned from conversation within my friends, I'm the type of person that's gonna be like, all right, like, look, what kind of dialogue were you having with others or yourself? And why was it wrong for them to either ban you or to not ban, or why was it wrong? What'd you do wrong? I'm gonna try to unlearn to the best of my ability. Now I can't deprogram instantly. It takes a lot of time to deprogram, such as with me and saying bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's a long time where that's been programmed where I just say it, but I learn and I'm like especially recently I say it. Not when I say it, it's actually after I say it where I'm like, fuck, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Damn.
But it's like, but I mean, that's growth though, right?
Right.
Another thing too is like, whenever we like with these fucking what was I gonna say? Fucking what'd you say just now?
I don't fucking know.
No, because there's a fucking
I don't remember anymore.
No, just fucking being banned from conversation. Oh, okay. So like the Andrew Tate thing, like the fucking.
Oh, yeah.
So like with Andrew Tate, bro, he fucked up because he makes decent points, right?
Right.
I won't call him good because people will call me whatever. But
They'll fucking cancel your ass.
Yeah, they'll pack me up for it. But he makes decent points, and he doesn't expect to be held to the same rules as terms of service as everybody else.
Right.
So in his mind, he's joking, but because of the nature of the topic of discussion, he expects people to take him seriously. You know what I mean? Which is a weird way to communicate. Right. Like if I think I'm joking, but I'm expecting you to take me seriously because I think what I'm saying is important.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can make whatever joke I want, but listen though. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to these jokes, because really half of what Andrew Tate says is a joke. You know, a lot of it, what he said, like the one that we keep bringing up with the Hulk Hogan with a pussy and the Megan Fox with a dick. Like that's literally just a soundbite.
Right.
It's not even like a interview that he had, but it's like a lot. And even in the interviews, he's just sitting there with a cigar, no shirt on. Are we supposed to take this guy? No. He knows you're not supposed to take. He's literally laughing at us because we're taking him so seriously, and it's taking him like up to crazy heights. He's literally laughing. Like he don't even have a fucking shirt on half the time. Like all these crazy takes, like the Charleston White guy that got famous off of one crazy take, I think. I mean, he didn't even do anything prolific. I can't even remember what it was at this point, but one crazy take took him to social media fucking heights on platforms and shit. And now I was talking to a guy at work the other day. This mixed race American guy, half black, half white. He was spouting some quotes from Charleston White. And I was like, bro, are you watching this guy like he's like fucking Joe Rogan or something? Like, why are we taking this guy seriously, dude? What is he's an entertainer, right? Like just like Dr. Umar is they're entertainers.
Right.
Like they're not fucking giving TED Talks, dude.
That's wild, bro.
It was kind of a surreal experience because he was talking about black people in a very disregarding way, more so than what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In a joking manner, he's being serious, like being very dead ass serious. And I was like, man, that's sad that you actually believe half the shit that guy's saying.
Right, 100%.
I mean, because you just,
100%.
maybe just get off of fucking Instagram or something, man. Like, just, dude.
Fuck.
I mean, but where else are these people supposed to fucking go for their information, though? You know?
Right.
Not me. Not me.
Yeah, not me, bro.
Hopefully not us, bro. Because shit, if people start asking us the big questions,
Nah, we're Dunskies, bro.
no, yeah, we're getting packed up, bro. We're getting packed up, bro.
But fuck, dude, I think this podcast is fucking toasted right now.
It's toasted and it's baked. It's
baked
cooked,
and ready
it's
to go.
Packed, ready to fucking go. I really appreciate just the if you made it this far. Fuck, man, I fuck with you.
I think we hit like 2 hours, bro.
I think we
more
hit
than
2 hours, bro. It was a really good conversation with my boy Sai, man. I love talking to this guy, bro. He's like, every time we speak, it's always very insightful.
Yeah.
And so
I appreciate that.
yeah.
Well, I appreciate you
deadass.
just doing this shit with me. I mean, it's fucking. When we tell
What
people
time it
it's
is?
6:30 in the morning,
Hey,
bro.
it's 6:30 in the morning. We've been sitting here since 4.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're about to actually kick it after this. So
Yeah, we're about to do some
we're
shit.
just kicking y'all out.
Yeah, we're just kicking y'all
You
out.
ain't got to go home. You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
Bars.
Alrighty, y'all.
All right, then. We'll see you next week. And like always, go fuck yourself. Bars.
You know what you should totally do after the intro?